The hell's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Woo. Man, I was up to like 5:45 this morning. I went to bed. I got woke up by a hairy beast on my face. Not the good kind of hairy beast, but the bow wow kind of hairy beast. He got hair in my mouth. Ass monkey he was. He's like, mister, I need to go potty. I need to go potty. Even though I let him out like at 3:40, 3:30 last night. He's like, I gotta go potty. Well, I freaking you go potty at 3:30. Oh, yeah, baby. I'll make a man out of you. I'll put the hair right on the chest. Ooh, doggy. Grant, what's going on, man? What's going on, Grant? Oh, Peckerwoods. Oh. I'm making the old boy sounds this morning. That's very enlightening. What's everybody up to this morning? What's going on? What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Speak to me. Talk to me. Tell me. What the hell you got going on? Oh. Oh. Probably about as much as I do. I know I need to go to the store this morning, but I haven't got there that far. Or this afternoon, anyways, because I slept the morning away. I planned to go to bed like at midnight, and I started watching my friend's show. I mean, I just kept on going, so I was like, well, all right, I'll just keep watching it. It was getting pretty entertaining. They were having theatrics, and I like theatrics. So, I'm probably going to stop doing my Friday grumpy rants, though. They don't seem to be catching on. Most people don't seem to be liking it, so I think I'm going to change something else. But hey, I need one more sub, so one of you pain in the ass people in this world, give me one more sub so I can have my 500 today. You know? Help a fat bastard out. How hard is that? You just go, boop, sub. Sub diddly diddly doodly law. Because I think the universe is screwing with me. The universe is screwing with me just for that last frickin' one sub for my 500. It's been a long, I mean, it was just going boom, 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 just getting really thin. Like the last few days, just getting closer, just like dead silence. And it just kept giving me like one. And like, you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? It just, you know, when you, it's so close you can taste it, right? So close you can taste it, like a scratch and sniff sticker. And it's like that guy holding the dollar on. Almost got it. I know it's gonna happen though. I'm gonna hit the 500, and then some a-hole's gonna take away the frickin' subs. I'm like, you son of a bitch. You had no loyalty. No loyalty. See, I think I'm subbed to like 2,500 people. I only watched like 2 of them, but I'm subbed to 2,500. Give or take. I mean, hello there, Ivan, my friend from across the pond. How the hell are you doing? How the hell are you doing there today, sir? Hello, hi. Oh, hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Oh, I think my fucking brain popped out on that one. Gracious. Whatever brain cell I had left came out my nose. Thank you, sir. I were you were my granddad, I'd be laughing all day. Well, thank you, sir. Hey, Zaya! What the hell's going on, Zaya? Who's Dixon Mays? Your mama? I don't know. Do I look like I know everybody in the freaking world? Do I look like a phone Rolodex? I'll be like, hi, you have reached the phone con. I don't freaking know, man. Oh, I just want who joins every day. Is Dixon Mays the next lover of your Marsh? You just in the hokey pokey state of mind going, I'd like to know who this gentleman is. Are you stalking him? Or are you like, are you going to go get him in some weird, you're going to go find him and squirrel his nuts? Is that why you're looking for? Oh, fuck, I even forgot who you're looking for. That wasn't even that important. Now you deleted the comment. Yeah, they're probably still sleeping. It's Saturday. You know? It's Saturday. So I'd say they're probably still sleeping. Might be mine. Well, I know Eric's up. I already talked to Eric this morning. And one of my... I think I was half asleep, but I think I talked to him this morning. Pretty sure. Oh. Is it early morning? No, it's after 11. Almost 12. So it's almost noon time. I really pissed this day away. It's probably nighttime where you're at, isn't it, though, Ivan? I think so. I think you told me that once. I think it's nighttime where you're at. No, it's 1957. Well, then it's nighttime. Over in your lovely England. Over here in the dirties Americans. Shit. No, over here in America, it's only noon. Well, it's 12, 1, 2, and 3. And just all depends on what part of the country you're in. Why can't you sleep? Where do you live, Ivan? Apparently somewhere where it's dark. That would be my best guess. Oh. I live in Bella, South Sea, Asia. Very nice. You look like my uncle who just passed away recently. I'm sorry. He sounds like a very sexy man. Why did you shoot him in the face? Did you lose weight? No, different camera angle. That's you just different by 12 hours. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why this Remenzer gear guy shot his uncle in the face. That just sounds very violent. Especially if he was pretty like this. You don't shoot pretty people. Fucked up. Oh, I'm always single. It's the best way to be. I was wrapped around. I was yourself. What does that even mean? Yourself. I touched myself. That's a weird ass song, just by the way. Yes, it's a very, very... Do you have HI kids? No, my kids have AIDS, but thank you. Are you trying to dox me? Is that what you're doing? You writing a book? You writing a book about Grumpy? Yeah. Good luck to you. Grumpy's a very secretive person. The shorts have for have. Huda huda hada huda hida huda what? What? No, I sold all my children in the Great War. I made like 25 rubies apiece. Let's play riddle, Grumpy. All right, riddle me this. What the hell's riddle? I'm a damn rock. But you're my damn rock, and I'm glad you're here, my rock. Hey, where's the fire extinguisher? Right there. But you can't put out these flames, man. You can't put out my flames. Grumpy, he has the fires. The fires in his souls, man. You can't put me out. That ain't happening today. I guess I had a fight with Henry in the beachy stream, Grumpy. Who the hell is Henry and why were you in beachy stream? Do I know who Beachy is? Where's your dog? I ate it. I still got a bone right here in my tooth. It was delicious. I know Beach Stream. He's one of the bald men with a beard. Henry guy is in our live. And glasses. Do you think you'll be the next mod? If not, do you think, well, I don't know. Haven't hit 500 yet, Rock. He's got 2 eyes and 1 nose. Christ is Lord. I don't know if he's your Lord, but he's my Lord. I claimed him first. I'm older. Ha. You get the leftovers. Yeah, I'm exploring all of American streamers because they read my live chat. I mean, they say we Americans are rude. I guess we just need to start ignoring you a little bit more. We're giving you too much, giving you a big head. Is that what you're saving, Ivan? He cheated on me. Who cheated on you? That son of a rockets. You have a Motorola device, right? I don't know. Are you trying to go in through my phone and look at my eggplant pictures? You pervert. Schultz. What's going on? Man, this guy wants to see my eggplant so bad. He's also let me into your phone. I want to see your D pics. What is wrong with you? What's an eggplant? It's a deek. It's a schwanker. It's a snake trouser. It's I don't know. How many words do you need to know, Epic, before you know what an eggplant is? Hey, Grumpy. What's up, George? What's going on? Do I need to draw you a picture, Eric? Or Epic? Jesus. Whew. I mean, it's the emoji they give to when they're talking about their spankers. Man, what's the world coming to? I'm old and I even know that the eggplant is the emoji for the man's thingy. His baseball snap and all that. Not family friendly. When the fuck did I ever say I was family friendly? When have you ever known me to be friendly? Jesus Christ, can't even say it. We're sharing drinks we call lonely, but it's better than drinking alone. I mean, that's why I have a YouTube. I never drink alone. There's somebody always drinking with me. And the only difference is if I pass out on screen, I'm still recording, so I'm still making nothing. Because I'm not a paid streamer. Hello, 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 light as a feather. Oh. Just kidding, Epic. Or just kidding, Schultz. Epic is 18 plus. I mean, I try in the most part to be PG, and I do, and PC for the most part, because some days I would like to get sponsors, and to get sponsors, you have to have an appropriate mouth, and this sumbitch is a sexy mouth. Don't you think I deserve a sponsor? Because I have a pretty mouth. Yeah, fuck you then. It's Saturday, and I don't care. Oh. Oh, shit, I lost everybody. But I cared! Oh, no, they came back. You were too thin. Go eat something. That's a first. Did you see my other comment? I did not, Rock. Well, what was it? You're kind of like Joel. Who's Joel? Is Joel a handsome man? I know there's lots of handsome men on YouTube's, but I am the only handsome man on Grumpy's Hangout. Because I'm the only man here. Unless I got some kind of weird demons behind me, and you know, I'm screwed. Holy fuck, how fast can you go? You know, one of these days you're gonna lose control on that gravel road and end up in my fucking goal, you moron. Then you're gonna be dead. I'm gonna piss on your grave. Idiots. They come down the hill like frickin' Mario and frickin' Dreddy. One of these days they're going to lose control on that loose gravel and they're going to go right either into my goalie or into the goalie on the other side of the dike there. They're going to be dead. Because it's 50 feet to the inside of that goalie and it's solid rock at the bottom. It's a good thing I got my fire extinguisher because I sure the hell ain't going to piss on them. I steal chips from Walmart. You must be a Democrat. That's a Democrat thing. Democrats steal shit. Don't be a Democrat. Well, am I wrong, Epic? I'm not wrong. Look at all the frickin' videos of them robbing stores. There's millions of them idiots out there frickin' robbing shoe stores and grocery stores and I don't even vote. Well, you sound like a Democrat, so I mean, if you're stealing chips from the Walmart, I mean, do you need a couple bucks so you can go buy some chips? Is that what it is? Pemborium, it's my friend from the weird Indian country. What is going on, my weird Indian friend? Welcome back. Oh, that shit's funny. That shit is funny. I have this weirdo guy. He keeps following me around. Well, not like in life, but on all my comment sections, and he keeps spazzing out. I think he thinks he's a woman, and I posted that he can't be a woman, so now he's sad. I'm going to continue watching, but not comment for the rest of the night. Dude, it's still daytime. What are you talking about, Rock? Where the hell? You're not even... Oh, never mind. Are you mad, Rock? Is that what it is? Do you need a hug? Do you need me to smooth over your pebbles? she needed me to give you a little fancy dancy on your pebbles there. Oh, it's 3 here. Oh. Oh, that makes sense then. I thought you lived in the daytime part of the world. I didn't know you were a nighttime rock. Nighttime rock. Do you glow in the dark? Well, you know what I mean. Yo, man, yo, our Ghost Rider, I want to ride. I don't give JD Vance's rides, dude. He wears mascara, and that scares me. Men should not wear eye makeup unless they're rock stars. And J.D. Vance is not a rock star. He's just a VP. Trump is the rock star. Trump can wear eye makeup because he's the rock star, you know? What the hell are you on about, Kath? It says J.D. Vance in the chat. He wants to ride my ghosty ghost. He wants to take a mustache ride. What part did you miss on that one? Cast Blaster. I mean, the Vice President of the United States just asked me if he could have a mustache ride. I think that makes me famous, you know that? I'm going to tell you like I told Kim Jong-un there, Mr. Vice President. I want a battleship or no mustache ride. Blessed if farting, I'll sub. Well, your mom farts enough for the both of us, so you should just give me a sub because of her ass is violent and dangerous and it's loud. You can hear that shit from 5 city blocks away. She's like, and everybody's like, that she blows! Holy shit! And everyone's like, fuck! The fucking wind reflection comes off that woman's ass. Mother pearl God, dude. It is scary. Tell your mom to put a cork in that ass. She's gonna kill somebody. And we're gonna be all fucked. And housed. Yeah, yesterday we had the African dude, Gandhi, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't think Steven think that was funny. That shit was great. Did you say we even had earthquake effects on his mom's ass? Man, we put a lot of. I mean, that's worth a like and a share. That's like and a share to sub right there, Steven. Christ, we put a lot of effort in your mom's butthole. No, nothing. No. Sad little fella. So people in the dark. Oh my God, it's just a joke, life. Like, oh. I know J.D. Vance doesn't wear makeup. Who broke your nose? I did. Actually, a horse did. First time a car did. Second time a horse did. It's been broken 3 times now. I'm trying to remember what happened the third time, but... Yeah, it broke it back in high school rolling a car downhill. Smashed my face. Second time I got double barreled by a stallion. I know there's a third time, but I can't remember what happened. I think I was extremely drunk that day. Grumpy, tell us a dad joke. I just did. Weren't you here for the fart blaster joke? Sassy blows. Any comments on the new Gen Z? Yeah, they're fucking retarded. We should put them in boxes and put them back up their mom's vagina. And they haven't cooked long enough. They need to go back in and cook for another 20 years. Well, then they'll figure out how to put themselves in a box and go back up their mom's vaginas. Yeah, okay, well, he probably died for you too. He didn't die for no damn Democrat, though. All of them going to hell. See that fire there? If you're a Democrat, that's what you're looking forward to in the future. That's your future. Sizzly, sizzly, sizzly. They're going to be like, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Democrats smelling like back fat bacon. No, nothing? That's not nice. Have you seen it? Oh, yeah, because Democrats murdering babies and burning down black cities is so nice. Fuck the Democrats. Those cocksucking, miserable, pig-fucking, stupid bastards. Disgusting. You could pay me enough to touch a Democrat. Ew. That's like frickin' old Diddy with his baby oil. I ain't got enough hand sanitizer to spray all over my body to cleanse myself after touching a Democrat. Ugh. I don't care if that's a hate crime or not. It's the truth. It's the truth. Wasn't talking. Oh, well, who are you talking to then? Well, you know, this is my chat. You should be talking to me, dude. This is my live stream. I'm just kidding. You talk whoever you want to. I'm not selfish like that. My grandfather fought for the Batman. Oh yeah, I was gonna Google your country. I totally forgot to write your country down. Where's my paper? I was totally gonna find out where the hell your country was. I know you gave me a gist of where it was, but I was really curious about that the other day, and I never got to the Mongolian Wars. I'm gonna have to check that out. Well, I mean, that's okay. I mean, if he wants to hurt Democrats, he can be on my side. No, I don't think. Are you Muslim? I could be. Shit farts. Is he a radical though? I've never seen him be radical though, Epic. I think he comes from one of those. Will you be gay for a day for $1 million? Hold on. Hey, John. Yo, what's up, buddy? Hey, can I borrow your Ford tomorrow? Give me the money. It's Golden. Golden Boy. Is that your James Bond bad boy name? I'm the Golden Boy. I think your mommy hugged you too much as a child. Jesus Christ. No, but where's my $1 million, dude? Since I'm going to be gay for a day. I mean, John already said I could just borrow his Ford. So, I mean, show me the money. Grumpy, what are you doing today? Well, in a little bit I got to go to town. Right now I'm just live streaming. I really need to get those garden beds freaking filled up, but I hurt my shoulder and I can't lift my shoulder to a certain point. So I don't know if you've ever tried to dig in the dirt with a fucked up shoulder, but it don't work too well. And I deported my farm labor, so there's that. I should have kept old Juan Jose for 6 more months because I had some stuff to be done. But, you know, they gave me $5,000 for him, so I figured, what the hell. It's just a joke, people. Don't take it so hard. You can see the smoke. Just you did what? You can't sell people. Oh yeah, but we don't have any illegals at our Home Depot. It's in a white neighborhood. I know. I've looked. They're not there. But yeah, you could just see the Democrats in the background just fucking freaking out. You can't sell people. That's a human rights violation. Well, according to you fucking Democrats, you can. That's why you've been freaking funding the KKK. You dirty, rotten bastards. You pickle dickle racist bigots. Well, so I can tell a joke. You just can't take a joke. See the difference between us? I make funnies. You make the world suck. Oh, for $500, David. For $500, show me the money. Where's everybody from? Oh, like 76 countries. They're all over the place. Fucking Grumpy's famous. He is worldwide. And Have you noticed? Hey, Epic? Have you noticed something? Have you noticed something? That literally all the countries that I stream in were once owned by England. I have thought that was pretty funny. I was just thinking about that just now. That you know, I hope everybody, Republican and American. Well, not everybody in my chat's American, so nope. I'll have a job and I'll spend it on my boat. Well, then you can fart in your own boat. You know, if you fart in the water, the fish comes up. If it's a good stanky fart. An old lady found her apartment locked from inside. She was another 3 weeks. No family, no calls, no police. Found her after my neighbors clamoring about the smell. What's happening? Well, apparently she was old, and she probably pooped herself to death, and you know. But thank God she pooped first, so she didn't blow it out, you know, because you know, with the dead body, if you don't poop before you die, and you start, you know, and then you get shit everywhere, then they got to call the cleaning crews in. And when the bodies pop, oh my God, it's so freaking. I have many. Yes, Grumpy, you're 5. What? Really? No shit. I made my 500. Hell. Well, I don't know because I can't check it yet. So I don't believe you right now, unless you just made me my 500 person then. But I'm not gonna really celebrate till I hit 505 because I have noticed every time I get excited about, yeah, I made my 500 bitches. People are rude and they take their subs away. So, but you get up like 5 or 10 more past your, and then you're like, I just unsub. See, you got dickheads like Morteg there. See, because Morteg's a dick. This is what I'm telling you about. See, you can't trust people. You can't trust people. That's why you got to go 5 or 10 more before you celebrate. Because, you know, you get those rude people. They know that you have a goal and you're trying to get there, and they screw with you. So, once we hit to 505, though, we 505, 510. We'll send out a thank you, my favorite people around the world. I did that at 200. Was it 2 or 100? I did it at 100, and it was all bad. Where are people? It's YouTube's, man. That's why we have trolls. People are that miserable. They, you know. I know. It's like they weren't. It's like somebody didn't. Have I done the one chip challenge? I have done the one chip challenge. It really wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't going down. But my butt burnt for like a week afterwards. Yeah, and don't use wet wipes. It makes it worse. Just kind of let it air dry and flake off. I mean, you stink for a couple days, but yeah, just let it air dry. Don't wipe it. Grumpy, do you like spicy? I do like spicy. I do. Well, to a extent, I like it. I like enough spice where you can still taste the food. You know, the food still has a taste. I don't like it where all you have is frickin' fire. So no, I mean I do like spicy, but only to a certain degree. I'm gonna change my username to Grumpy's 500 subscribers. There you go. We do have a fanboy club, so actually I do. I have a couple Grumpies that follow me, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm back. Epic. What about me, Camilla? What about me? What about me? Just because you're trying to hook up with Epic doesn't mean you can't say hi to Grumpy. Rude. Oh, how's your vacation going, Epic? You still over in France, or did you go find another country to go adventure to? Speaking about epics today, is Grumpy a made-up name, or is it your real name? It's my stage name, man. It's my persona, because I'm freaking grumpy. I'm sus, but I'm good. I mean, do you think anyone really has the name of Grumpy other than one of the 7 dwarves? Is that a real question? I don't think that's a real question. It might have been though. I've had some really interesting questions over my. Hey, starting tomorrow is starting my 9th week. I'm excited. 9 weeks. That's not bad. We're actually doing pretty good. Cause shit, I know some freaking people have been doing this for a year and just barely made 1,000. So we're only in 2 months. And Grumpy, say a pickup line. I loved you in that movie. Then you're supposed to ask what movie. Say it. Say it. What movie? What movie is that, Grumpy? Say it. We're gonna fuck up the pickup line. Are you watching Polish Cow? No. What movie? It's a movie about you and I. It was a good movie. Hey, that's a damn good pickup line. Then I got another one when you're standing in line and they ask you, do you want paper? Would you like a bag? And then you ask them, you're like, why? You think I'm ugly? And of course, then they come back and reflect, oh no, sir, or you're a very pretty man. And you're like, okay, in that case, can I have paper so I can breathe? Because you're giving me hot, because you're making me hot. You know, there's lots of pickup lines. It's just not how you do it. I actually had a book on one of those stupid pickup lines, the world's dumbest pickup line. And I'm like, I was listening to some of these. If girls actually fall for some of these pickup lines these guys come up with, it was like, what the fuck? They are desperate. No wonder they have 19 baby daddies. Shit, I'm thinking to myself, you could have thrown a Snickers bar in with a little string and got one. Oh, I'll be your next daddy, baby daddy. My friend's pickup line, my friend Vern's pickup line was all like, hello, mother, you want another? No. With your friends is an alcohol flowing? Can people stop talking about people's weight, for Pete's sakes? I like being fat. I don't care. It really makes me feel warm inside. My arteries are all clogged, and I'm sure I got some fat around the heart, you know. But which works out, though. All right, goodbye, sir. What works out perfectly, though, about having fat around your heart. So if you get in a car accident, it protects you. You know, it's like football padding. It's really bad for the heart, but you know, it sounds good though. How did you survive that plane crash? I'm fat. You know, it's like that's like that always. That's jokes. Is if a plane crashed on half on the Canadian side and half on the American side, where do you bury the survivors? You don't bury the survivors. Grumpy, I'm going to Transylvania Castle. So excited. Nice. Nice. You should so send Yuki back some cool shit from Transylvania. Because that would be cool as shit. Mm-hmm. Women like dad bod nowadays. Oh, they like dad bod, but man, they love the grandpa body. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. You know, we have been saying all morning long, our gym enthusiast. I like our gym enthusiast. That man humors me. Who lives in America? I know I do. Nobody in the chat does right now, though. They're all in your parts of the world. Uh-huh. Jumpy, I also dip and slip in gin. All right. Um, I do it because it makes me look cool. It gives me that whole cowboy, old black and white cowboy. Well, ding. You know, I actually have an old 1800 spit tuner around here somewhere. Go, going I'm doing an European trip. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, nobody important. Ooh. I think I'm finally awake. Mm-hmm. It always sucks, you know, when you first get out. I love the mornings when you first open your eyes and you're like this, bam, you're ready for the frickin' day and you're just ready to go. You know, nothing can stop you now. And then there's days, man, you're dragging ass. I don't like those days. I don't like feeling like my ass is touching the ground because I ain't got no J-Lo. Oh, do you know Pennsylvania? I tried. Ooh, we're going to have matrimony. Do you take him to be your lovely wedding husband? And do you take her to be your bag for the rest of your life? Oh, sweet matrimony. You may kiss the bride. Ding, 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 ding. Sorry. Shh. I think I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get married again. But that bitch better be rich because, you know what, the last two ones were broke. And they cost me a lot of money and a lot of headaches. So I think my next one's going to be rich. I don't care if she's ugly. As long as she has daddy's money, I'm going to put a ring on it. I live in the salt mines in Poland. What a weird question. Jeopardy theme played at my wedding too. Oh yeah, Chris? I mean, that would make sense, you know, right before he says, you know, or her when you're waiting for her to say yes, you know. There's that da, 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 you know. I think I'm going to have the ice cream song played at my next wedding so I can lick the cream. No, nothing. You perverts. Don't get good jokes. Lick the ice cream. That was a total gay joke. I just don't know if any of you got it. I'm not gay, but it was still a good joke, you know. But if I have to explain it, it's no longer funny. Oh, I gotta pee. You know, I think that's the first sign you're failing as a comedian. When you gotta start explaining your jokes, because people just don't get it. She's from Poland. I was always fascinated by this. Oh, I thought she was. Me too. The next guy's rich. Right? Oh. Well, you know, there's always those ladies on the YouTubes, and they always post those stupid videos. If I give you $5,000 a month, and would you come live on the farm with me? But you can't have a cell phone. I'm like, honey, for $5,000 a month, I'll wear a pony saddle all day long for you. You can ride the horn. Ever try a church service hangover? I have a funny story, not proud of it though. I mean, I think most people that go to church are hungover. It's alright. I mean, because why go to church if you're not a sinner? Because non-sinners don't go to church. Because they don't need to. Because you're not a blasphemist. You're not a blasphemist? A blasphemer. Oh, whatever. You know what the word is. You know, when you... I always figured like this, though. You know when God's mad at you? You know you can always tell God's mad at you? Stuff burns in the wrong places. That's how you know God's mad at you. If it burns, you're in trouble. Because you didn't do the scratch and stick. The scratch and sniff. Or the scratching. Before you went balls deep. And now your ship anchor's going to fall off. And God's mad at you for it. It's written in the book of Plato. And Aristotle and it's in the book of Daniel. Read it. It's in the book of Daniel. Do the scratch and sniff before you stickle your dingling on there, isn't there? I'm waiting for some Christian to be like, it's not in the book of Daniel. What are you talking about? You know? Just wait. There's that one Christian who be like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. You lied. You lied. It's a fucking joke, stupid. You know why Jesus spoke in parables? Because there's a lot of stupid people in this world. That's why he spoke in parables. Because he's like, fuck it, they'll never get it anyway, so I'm just going to, let's speak in parables. We took a family picture and my mom gave me the looks. I showed up high as fuck for my 14th birthday for Thanksgiving Day with the whole family. I was fucking high as a motherfucker. You know how hard it is not to sit there and giggle in front of everybody? And you know I smelled like it. I mean, we were hotboxing the shit out of that room. Woo, I was stanky. I should have been like, no, I got to go lay down. I can't deal with this. You people are breaking my brain. Even though I think it was the marijuana that was breaking my brain. But still, it was the best 14th birthday ever. Smoking is bad for the lungs and the brain. Well, no shit, stupid. But if everybody did everything that was good for us, we wouldn't live to be 20. You know what keeps us alive is the bad shit. That's why they say let the good die young, and us old fuckers, we're bad and sinners. We live forever! Because we eat so much frickin' salt or frickin' we basically just we taxiderm ourselves. We're embalmed, dude. That's why we live to be 100 years old. Because we do the things that you're not supposed to do. I would never smoke because I'm an intelligent person. I think it's because you're just a weenie child. Intelligence doesn't seem to fit into your name, Tycoon Game. 6'7". I mean, you have 6'7" in your name. So we definitely know you are not intelligent. Not to Andrew Tate. Who the hell is Andrew Tate? I mean, just, if you got 6'7" in your name, you're a dumbass. There's no intelligence in your brains. I mean, if you're still dragging on a 5-year-old fucking joke, good God. Oh, did I mention this is not where we make you feel good about yourself? This is good people with bad attitudes. Grumpy's Hangout. Hey, D, what's going on? Would you take it as a compliment if someone said you look like Larry the Cable? I mean, I've been called worse, D, so yeah. 6th June 7th is my birthday. Uh-huh, sure it is. That took you a long time to figure out what month it was, huh? Were you born in 1967 too? Don't smoke meth. Yeah, never smoke meth. Put it in your car and use it as a fuel. Hello, car lover. Hey, how was the movie? How was the movie? Don't even understand 6'7". What's the joke? It's about a stupid basketball player, though, 6'7". These little young Gen Z minds, they turned it tarded. And here we are, 5 years later, still 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". Woo! It wasn't even funny. It's not even creative. It's like dumb. I mean, you literally have to have an adolescent brain to understand 6'7". So, you know, it was made in a land of make-believe. Like everything else in today's society, in the lands of the make-believe. Oh, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg, and the Joker got away. It hasn't been a year since the meme. But what the fuck are you talking about? The meme's been out since like 2010, 2016. It's been out a long time. Maybe you've only been watching the internets for a year, but it's been out a long time. Only been out a year. Are you high? What kind of rattlesnake bit in your brains? I like how he's trying to defend his jokes, though. That's pretty good. I like that. I like you, Tycoon Gamer 76. Warming up, raining all day, but it's tempered. I like dancing in the rain. My neighbors always drive by and tell me to put my clothes back on, though. I find it very rude. This is my property. Quit looking at me when I'm dancing naked in the rain. That's why I moved out to the country, so I could dance naked. People get offended so easily. It could be my white butt. You know, I think it's because they got to, when they're driving by, they got to put the sunglasses on because that shine off my butt's like, you know, it's blinding. The rain will get you sick. That's not how rain works, dumbass. You don't get sick from hypothermia. So you're a city boy lurping in the country, man. No, actually, I was always born in the country, but I lived in the city for a while. And then there was people. And then the people started peeing and pooping all over sidewalks and started taking drugs and started looking like zombies. And I was like, I got to go. Because apparently they took away the point system, and if you hit them with your car anymore, you don't get a point. You go to jail. What is the world coming to? Hello there, darling. Love the makeup. Love the makeup. Oh, but that's almost bad as Franklin when we were having the bum wash talk. He's like, you can't wash the bums with a fire truck. That's a hate crime. And I'm like, or no, he kept saying it's an assault and battery. Well, don't put no salt or batteries in the water, then I think you'd be good. Must have been California. Fuck, it's all over the West Coast. All the way from Bellingham all the way down to San Diego. Hey, Grumpy Grump, what are you grumping about? Santana! Dude, I love your music. You're a badass guitar player. I don't know why so many people are promoting this, but use a speed snowflake right now. I have no idea. Is it like some representative for drugs or something? Probably. I mean, because snow would be cocaine, so in speed it would be crystal, so maybe it's just some kind of weird lingo for nose candy, for booger sugar. That's okay. I come prepared. I got lots. You know, that's where I get my funnies from. I had a host tell me just would weed more meth and get all shit done. No, because most people, well, yeah, I mean, not really, because my buddy did a lot of meth, and the only thing he ever worried about was the police officers in the trees, and he kind of just like looked out the windows for hours upon it. He didn't get shit done, but he sure knew that there was cops in those trees. Man, my trees were the greenest trees on the block. He kept spraying the cops in the trees. And there were no fucking cops in the trees. I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be here getting sober. Stop it. So, my trees are not filled with flying piggies. No piggies in my trees. Have you ever seen a piggy climb a tree? No, either have I. Try a Vietnam vet on the meth and homie the trees were big. But I mean, we did some bad things to the Vietnamese soldiers. I mean, we dropped a lot of bad chemicals on there. So I mean, their brains were already pre-fried before they come home because of our lovely government. So the Agent Orange and all that shit, you know, we nuked their brain cells. But the Vietnamese were a very hardy. Can you slap your jaw and cut a troll? Can you uppercut punch your jab under a cut troll? What? Did your dad serve in the military? Yes, my father was a Vietnam veteran. He was a yeoman. My father was a yeoman. Yeah, that sounds right. He was a yeoman. In the Navy? Yeah, he was a yeoman. He sprayed Agent Orange. No, when I spray, it's normally kind of clear because I drink a lot of water, and so I don't have the bad liver kidney issues. My shit comes out clean because I take care of myself. I have no foam. Remember, if it's dark yellow or dark orange and it's foamy, your kidneys are in trouble. Right on. So does it especially anger you with his fake valor of people? You know, in my opinion, because like when I was growing up as a kid in the 80s, I dressed up as an army guy. You know, I wore my uncle's army Vietnam shit, you know. I fucking had all these medals and all this. I didn't really think anything about it. I mean, now if you're walking around telling people that, you know, if you go to a military bar and, you know, you're telling military stories and you're taking away and, you know, you're lying. But even if you're a soldier, see, stolen valor goes both ways. Even if you're a soldier and you take the honorability of somebody that died and you take their story, that's just as bad. So, I mean, it's just on the pretense of how this, I mean, because you don't have to just be a basic civilian. You could be an actual soldier that steals somebody's, you know, stories, and that's worse, you know. Because at least the civilian, they want to be a soldier, they just were not allowed to because they have some kind of medical defectos. But if you were a soldier and you steal your brethren's stories, that's bad. Can I ask your age? My age? How old do you think I look, Trey? Or how old do you think I am, Tay Tay? Just an honest guess. I tell you, I'll give you 3 guesses, and and then I'll tell you my age. If someone tried that on my Marine bar, do you think they'd get hurt? Yes, the Marines are very touchy about their valor because they're the few and the proud. They're freaking Marines. So, 37. Oh, you are such a gracious, beautiful woman. Thank you. No, up. Okay, do a grumpy laugh. Well, give me something to laugh about, man. Give me something to work with. Don't you be like, you mean grumpy laugh? You know, what the fuck is that shit? Just, yeah. I'm 44. I'll be 45 though. Yes, but no, I'm 44. Jesus, I said down, Tay, down, not up. I'll be 45 this year. At the end of the year. I want to join the army, but then I realized you can't drink or smoke. No, you can't drink or smoke while you're in boot camp. After you get out of boot camp and you can smoke and drink. Just do it sparingly. Because I know a lot of people that drink and smoke in the military. I'm the big 40 this year. Oh, happy birthday! That is fantastic. You know, but when I turned 40, I was like, it's the end of the world. But man, I love being in my 40s. I love being in my 40s a lot more than I like being in my 20s. Being in your 20s suck. You know that? You get no respect. Nobody likes you. You're always working your ass off for nothing. Shit, when you get in your 40s, you have everything and everybody respects you. So you don't have to give a shit anymore. You know what? It's the best part of life. Yes, that's 100% real country life. I thought so. It's my laugh. It's my laugh. Can I fake my own laugh? Probably. Apparently I could. I love Dr. Pepper. Well, the older you get, the less you care. That's why I'm grumpy. Because the older I get, the less I care what people think of me. You know? Because I love when the young boys come in here and they tell me that my opinion is wrong. It's my opinion. How can my opinion be wrong? I'm not basing it to you as my facts. I'm basing it to you as my opinion. So, how can it be wrong? What was 21-year-old Grumpy doing? Making babies and making money. That's what 21-year-old Grumpy was doing. Because, you know, Grumpy didn't start drinking until he was in his 30s. Early 30s. I didn't like the taste of booze in my 20s. It was so nasty. It didn't sit in my belly well. It went down and came back up. But now it kind of sits there like a ton of bricks. It just kind of expands everything out now. Oh, good Lord. Man, I look good in my 20s, though. I posted a picture in my Discord. I look good in my 20s. Earlier last 2 guys your age group, and they said the same exact thing. I mean, that's what us 80s boys were doing, you know. We got married really early, and you know, because that's why I have adult children at such a young age, and I'm a granddaddy. So, I mean, I know people wait till their 40s to have kids, and there's so many medical issues with that, you know, with the child and the mother. You know, if you're in your 40s, you want a baby, just go adopt one. I mean, had a beard in middle school. You had a beard in middle school? Shit, I didn't grow mine till I was 40, so I'm so jealous. So, this is fake. I had to use hair growth to get this. I had no facial hair. I was bald as a baby. Well, I had patchies, but then I cheated. I used hair growth, so Grumpy was still learning Grumpy stuff. No, I asked him. No, I didn't. No, I was like 38, 39 when my beard finally, and I had this was old. This is cheating. So it's still, I got to get some more hair stuff to enhance the growth. Because see, this side's thick at the end, this side's still patchy. Having a beard's a lot of work. Goodbye, Kamalia. We will see you next time, darling. What is up, Capriello? What is up, hey, I got your name right for once. Holy shit. I'm so proud of myself. I got your name right for once. Yay! That is freaking exciting. I probably won't be able to say it again because my dyslexia won't let me. In your opinion, do you think women your age group don't care if a guy is bald anymore? You know, they don't. Women, some women actually like bald dudes. So, just be honest. I mean, there's some women out there that really like bald dudes. They find it sexy. Some women like guys with hair. I mean, each individual has their own, what they like in a person, you know. Some people like big butts, some people don't. Some people like big breasts, and some people love carpenter's dreams, you know. So it's all the personal taste, I guess. You know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Even if that beauty's really ugly, the beholder still likes it. So as long as you don't look like a Howie Mandel, right? You know, he had hair. He shaves it. He has a big freaking afro. That guy, he can grow the hair. He just prefers to be. I mean, him and Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey. They both have hair, but yeah, Howie Mandel used to have a big old until about, I think it was the 2000s, and he's just been. All right, Epic, go enjoy your vacation. But, you know, Mr. Porky, what's going on, Mr. Porky? Well, man, you could care less about stuff the older we get. I mean, you know, I think when you're in your 20s and things like that, looks matter. But you know, the older you get, you realize that looks don't stay. You know, I mean, shit. When I was in my 20s, up till I broke my neck, man, I had a 6-pack, huge freaking arms. I was freaking ripped out. You know, just a sexy looking guy. Then I broke my neck and I got the pony keg, and I still got the good sized arms, but you know, and I'm still a halfway decent looking guy. So you know, it's just, but looks fade. You know. You don't. Well, I know there's some people that look beautiful forever. Those bitches. You know, some of us don't look pretty forever. So, to be completely honest, Grumpy, I still think you're handsome. Oh, well, thank you, darling. Thank you very much. But yeah, I mean, my 2020. Oh, Jesus Christ, Joshua. One of you fellas. See, there's always two in a. They come in two in a crowd, and before you know it, then they go berserk and they go 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7, and then you just want to bite your arm off and beat them with it. Yes, Grippy, that's kind of fair, you know. I've seen some dudes in their 30s and that look. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, when this thing goes really gray, I gotta touch it up because if not, I do look like I'm in my 50s, but. Can you ride a grumpy horse? I have ridden many grumpy horses. I have the bruises to prove and in the nose to. I mean, yeah, my nose got broke by a grumpy horse. Hello, Grumpy. Hello, in God we trust. You know, you should really, yeah, it should be in God we trust, not trusting, you know, just, right? He's very easy on the eyes. Oh, well, thank you. I try. I was born ugly and still growing up ugly. Man, no baby's ugly. No baby is ugly. All babies are beautiful. All babies are beautiful. Actually, you know, all humans are beautiful. You know what makes human ugly? Insideness. You know, because you can kind of change your outsides, but if your insides are spoiled, you just, you know, if you got a tainted soul and all that, you're just an ugly person. It doesn't really matter how you know. Well, thank you. I won't tell you that my last fiance was only 25 because apparently Grumpy does have the good pickup lines. You know, Grumpy, if that's true, then the U.S. military recruit age of 17 individual on deployment combat zone. When was the? I don't know. You got to be 18 before you. Actually, shit, I think you got to be 18 because I mean you can join, but you still got to wait till your 18th birthday before they even take you into boot camp anymore. Now in the old days, shit, you could just put your name on a list and you were going because they didn't have IDs and things back in those days. I am a Republican. Okay, nice to meet you, my fellow Republican. I like people when they say I'm a Democrat. I'm like, would you want a cookie? You know, but it was not. I'm staying away from that because that gets you into trouble. I have learned though, Grumpy is a good adoption agency. You know, I'm like a not a tramp house. That just sounds so horrible, but I'm a foster care program. You know, I just foster them for a while and then they find their forever person, and then I'm like, bye. It's Christy. Hello. Someone banned me from saying my cat is a Democrat. And the other live they said it. What? But you know what's stupid about that, D? You know what's stupid about that, D, though? Because the Democrats will tell you that their dog is non-binary, gender neutral, frickin' gay, heteropeneal So, but you can't say your cat's a Democrat, but they can say their cat's a Democrat? What the fuck is that? That's hypocrisy on its best. You know what I mean? Just. I literally got blocked from this lady's chat yesterday because of my name. I'm like, she's like, do I know you? I'm like, hi. Now we know each other. And she's like, you're an alt. I didn't know what the hell an alt even means on the YouTubes. Apparently there's some kind of weird lingo. But, you know, she had 200 subs and I was going to help her out and, you know, find her some more subs and, you know, be a good fellow small YouTuber. But she was just rude. Just like, you know, she's like, oh, you're hiding behind a fake name. Grumpy's had multiple death threats. You're damn right I hide behind a fake, an impersonable name. You know? There's multiple people that are in here that know my real name, you know? It's just, you know, my persona is Grumpy, this is Grumpy's Hangout, you know? People are so weird like that, you know what I mean? Please make America great again. I can go Trump 2024. I don't know where my MAGA hat is. But, you know. That's only for special occasions, though. When I have my grumpy rants, I like to really get them up and burning. Right? The same people that say to be open and accountable and will stop being friends with you because they... Yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean... I actually literally do still have progressive friends. I mean, we've been friends for a long time. I know where they sit. They know where I sit. We even have had political conversations. And come to find out, we believe in the same shit. You know, the problem is even like Charlie Kirk said, you know, when people stop talking, that's when the problems arise. And if you're going to disown a family member because they vote politically different than you, you're a sad sack of ball sacks. You know what I mean? Just, you know, because on my dad's side, all of his sisters are Democrats. Weird Democrats. But, you know, I still love them. They're still my aunts, you know. I'm still their nephew. So, but no, they'll listen to them online. Divorce your husband because he's MAGA. What the hell does that even mean? Why would you divorce them if you're in a happy relationship? Because they vote one way? I mean, so, you know, and I got to think about this. If you listen to the way they emphasize on the whole voting thing, yeah, it sounds horrible, you know. But, you know, the thing is they only said that it only affected white married women. But you could still vote if you were a gay dude, a lesbian woman, a trans person. So it didn't matter if you know, you could still technically legally vote with this new law. But if you were a white woman, you couldn't vote no more because your husband's going to control you. What? The whole freaking thing was just insanity. It's just like... all it does is forces the states to actually count the proper votes and not, you know, cheat, you know. But... I wish we could bring back logic. We just can't. It died in 2012. Tanka, what's going on, dude? Can you do the thug shaker? What is the thug shaker? Is that when I like shake my ass on screen? I mean, my back kind of hurts this morning. I might be able to do the whole J-Lo, the whole whatever the hell that's called, the shaky butt thing. Oh shit, I know what it's called. Hold on. You know, it's when you. Nah, I might throw my back out. I don't feel like laying in bed all day. Hey, Grumpy, are you the same guy who told me that you vote independent? No. Oh, yeah, if you vote independent, you waste your vote. It is a total... In today's society, yes. An independent vote is you know, because... And unfortunately, the way our political thing sits is the money's in the Republican Party and the money's in the Democrat Party, and independents don't have the money to actually ever pay for all 50 states or get enough. They just, and I think a lot of independent people that are put in are scapegoats and still votes from other parties because no, I mean, unfortunately, and if you can vote independent, I don't care. You're perfectly fine to decide how you feel like you're voting, but unfortunately, It's a waste of a vote in our political way of thinking. You're either Republican or you're Democrat. I mean, you can be a multi-connect. See, actually, technically, I'm an American nationalist. I've been an American nationalist since I was 18 years. I'm a registered nationalist, but I have to vote Republican because they're the closest people to my political views, and so because the Nationalist Party's they're tiny, you know. Everybody's like, "You're a nationalist. You're a racist." No, I'm not. I don't believe in race, and I think that should just. It's 2026. That's a stupid conversation to have in 2026. I find it extremely humorous that people still try to make that the number one hate code in the world. You are the one making racism hateful because you're the one that keeps making it a thing. Like, that one actor. It's gonna come to me. Hold on. It's gonna come to me. He's the guy that does the voiceover. Everybody loves his voice. He was in Robin Hood. He was in that bank movie. I cannot think of his name right now for some stupid reason. And no, it's not the guy that did Darth Vader because he's cool too. But what the hell is his name? He played God. No, he played God with he played God with Jim Carrey. I know his name. Why can't I think? Getting old. I mean, that's the only downfall of getting old. Thank you, Morgan Freeman. I appreciate you, D. I appreciate you so much. I'm having total. Yeah, even Morgan Freeman said the way to end racism is to quit emphasizing on it. Quit telling people if you're black, you're different than a white person. If you're a white person, because that's a bullshit lie. Several million years ago, two black people made white people. It's genetics. It takes two genetic black people to make a white person. We are just the same, just lighter and darker. That's it. That's science. You know, because white people was one of the smallest population on planet Earth. Mark Candy, my candy lover. No, just kidding. But I mean, that's literal science. But it's like the people that are still going off on slavery from 200 years ago, but they don't say shit about modern day slavery. You know? So are they really against slavery, or are they just making a reason to be mad about something? Because they weren't born into slavery. They got the freaking lottery ticket born as an American. So I don't know. It's, to me, we have a lot of problems. And the biggest thing with people's problems is they refuse to move society into the future. And that's how you progress as a society. You got to keep moving forward. If you keep living in the past, all you do is keep bringing up the same past bull titties. What do you think about people's demands for reparations? I think if you can prove historically that your family was in fact a kept person, then I think that person, that ancestor, should get some kind of royalties. You yourself as a grandchild are not entitled to royalties. But that person, just like when we went back after the Civil War, the black soldiers and the white soldiers from the Confederacy was decorated as American soldiers, and their families were, But no, I don't think that if you were never a slave, you're not entitled to reparations. I'm sorry. Is that family member that included to some kind of recognition for it? Yes, they are. But I don't think that. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Because every country's had slavery, so I just that's my personal opinion on the reparations matter. But people tell you that they are entitled to it, and you're not. Because just because your great grandparent was a slave at one time, then I've had family members that were slaves. So am I entitled to reparations? No. So, hello, Maria. What is going on? Thank you. Mecca-Pecca-Pole. Well, apparently somebody cares. Mecca-Pecca-Pole 007. Because somebody freaking asked. So somebody cared. Because somebody wanted to know my opinion. All right. What do you got, D? Tell me what you got. What are you working with, darling? Are you in hell? No. Because if I was in hell, everything would be on fire. I'm just coming with. It bothers me when natives say that they were here first because people of the West Coast, Mexicans, they lived here before America came. It was part of Mexico, so it's you all the only ones. Actually, technically, not nobody was here. Was original people. The original people of the Turtle Island, freaking went extinct like 170,000 years ago. The modern day people here today are not the original people of Turtle Island. They're immigrants like the rest of us. So when they say they're the first people, that is a bullshit lie. So they all migrated from Asia. They all hold a percentage of Jewish blood, just like everybody else from Far East Asia there. They're not the original people. They're not. You know, so they can't even claim to be the original people. They may have come in later, but, you know. You know, it's like when Mexicans say that they're original people. No, you're not. Your people came from Spain. So you bred with the people that were here at the time. So, no. Oh, you're just a mutt like the rest of us here in the Americas. We've all crossbred, mixelated, and populated, and, you know. I mean, that's just, I mean, just how that is. I mean, it's the truth. But you hear these people, I mean, they're so stuck on freaking fake propaganda. It's, you know. I mean, I have native ancestors, Indian ancestors. My great-great-grandma was a pure blood Cherokee, you know. Was she one of the first people? No. But she sure did like the white man, though. Apparently he was a handsome fella. You know, but, so, that Maine is all white. There's a couple black people in Maine, but no, the New England states are, well, no, I can't even say that. From about Boston south, but yeah, once you get up towards like Vermont and Maine and New Hampshire, yeah, it gets pretty whitewashed up in those areas. I mean, but you know, you get down to the south though, you'll find more prominent black areas than white areas too. So I mean, it's just all in where you travel to. But you know, that's another thing. I've been to hundreds of thousands of cities, all the states, and I have never ever in my life dealt with bigotry from anybody. I've met tens of thousands of people. Never from, you know, have I ever seen it. But they'll tell you that, oh, we're the most biggest country in the world. Okay, well, travel. You won't see it. Go just take a 30-day vacation around the United States. You won't see it. So, what happens if Vermont finds everyone claiming they know Bernie? So, I have a theory behind Bernie, and this is between you and I. Bernie's a plant, because if you notice, Bernie's trying to get the rich billionaires out of the Democratic Party. You know what's going to kill the Democratic Party? Is to get rid of their billionaires, their donors, because the Democrat Party without their donors has no money. Because they've basically sent themselves to the poor and common economical people in the United States. They can't afford to give money for political theater. So I literally believe, and I don't believe a damn thing Bernie says. His political politics is way far left than they've already been proven not to work. But he really has these people believing if we bankrupt all the rich people, the world would be a better place. Well, who's going to pay your paycheck? You know, I've never had a poor person pay me a paycheck before. So I don't know how he's working this one out. What, are we all going to live on the government? Well, shit, the government's out of money. That's why they're in debt. he is the textbook definition of a dumbass. But I really do believe, though, Bernie Sanders is a plant to destroy the Democratic Party. You know, because And the stupid thing is, him and Mandami in New York and the Seattle mayor, she's just as freaking crazy as the rest of them, you know. Cities have to have people that can manufacture jobs, you know. If you tax those people to bankruptcy, you ain't got no jobs. Because the government doesn't make jobs. It wastes money. I mean, yeah, there's government jobs, but technically, if you look at majority of your government jobs, they're done by contractors, independent contractors that come in and do the job for the government, you know. So there's that one guy LC looks like, oh God. She has literally destroyed her district. I think it's the Bronx. Yeah, the Bronx. You know, there was a whole bunch of big manufacturers that want to come into the, you know, Amazon, all that, into the Bronx and create jobs and all that. She's like, no. She's like, we'll tax you to the point where you can't run here. You know, the people in the Bronx could have used those $20, $25 an hour jobs, you know. But they believe that minimum wage is the way of the future. It's just, oh, don't get me started on that woman. Don't get me. Oh. And I have learned something about the black Democrat lawyers, because I've listened to a lot of them speak. They all think the same thing Kamala Harris thinks, and they've all made their career off keeping black men, the black population down, so they keep having clients. They tell them they're all oppressed. They do it on purpose. They mentally tell those people that the white man is your enemy, and you have to fight the white man, and you are oppressed, which is completely false. Because they all live in white MAGA neighborhoods. So if we white MAGA people are so hateful, evil, then why do all these black lawyers and judges and congressmen live in the white MAGA neighborhoods where they won't get in? They're probably the safest people on the face of the planet, right? But they'll tell their populace that, you know, because they need them broke, they need them oppressed, they need them angry, so they can keep throwing their butts in jail. That's bullshit. I call every time I call them out for them. Like, no, you don't. You're not going to lie to these poor people and tell them that they are less than, so you can keep on making money off them. I don't care. Especially when you come on a live stream with a $25,000 freaking shoe room, and then tell the world you're oppressed. How the fuck are you oppressed? And why won't Kamala take it? New arrivals? She won't. You know, they're hypocrites. Democrats are hypocrites, man. They will sell you the biggest box of freaking lies that ever to, you know. It's like I was watching this other YouTuber the other day. He's like, why do MAGA hate gay people? You know, we have just as many gay people on the MAGA side as you do on the political left side. The Log Cabin Republicans is the longest gay party in the United States, and they're Republican. They're not Democrat. You know, your average gay person didn't become Democrat till about 2010, right? When they had this major, huge movement. So, because typically, your most gay people were actually conservative, politically conservative. You know. So, and the brothers that speak about me, crazy King Cat Williams. I like Cat Williams. Cat Williams. I love Cat Williams. That dude tells the truth. He does. He is an honest MF, dude. He is honest. He just tells it like it, you know. Well, see, that's my thing that I always thought was funny when people say they're woke, right? Cat Williams is definitely a woke man. He has woken up and he has seen it. And he goes out and he tells the truth. But these other people that say that they're woke, they're not woke. They're spreading propaganda and lies. That's not wokeness, you know. So they just spread propaganda. I mean, that was like that guy the other day who was on here, and he was spreading nonsense. And I'm like, no, dude, we don't spread nonsense propaganda on Grumpy's Hangout. You know what? We don't. I'm not going to let you. You're not going to lie to people. You know, you are all in fact. You are perfectly okay to fact check me anytime you want to. Go ahead. But I won't let you sit here and spread your lies on my channel because that is bulltunky. Was Michelle Obama really trans? In my personal opinion, with what I've seen with my own eyes, things in your pants don't move like that unless you were once a man. Can I prove it? No. Could she really be a lady? Could she just had some medical attachment down there that pertained to the percentages of it? Maybe. But if she was trans, who fucking cares? She was still the first lady of the United States. That's my biggest thing. Who cares? It's 2026. She hasn't been in the White House in what, 16 years? So who cares? 12 years? 12 years. So who cares? That's like Candace Owens going after the French president's wife. Who cares? The country of France don't care that she might have a tillywhacker. So you as an American, who cares, right? That's my only issue with the whole trans thing. And if you're over a certain age, you're legal. You want to do that, do it. You know what? But when you're telling me a 4-year-old child needs to have complete reconstructive surgery, when your own study says no, I'm going to stand in your way. Because no, they don't have the brain development. And many studies have already come out. The period of the wait period for children, they will change their mind a million times. Don't just jump into the whole give them drugs because it's a falsehood. And that's in the old Democrat freaking studies, But they'll tell you you're wrong. You're a hateful bigot. Now I'm going off your studies, So apparently you're the hateful bigot. That's what I do love about Democrats. That's what I do love about they're biggest hypocrites. Biggest hypocrites. They will put out study after study after study after study, pass law after law after law, and then tell you, you can't do that. Well, dude, you're the one that told me to study. You're the one that wrote the law. It's like when Trump was blowing up those drug boats in the Caribbean. Chuck Schumer wrote the law that allows us to do that. But somehow it's illegal. Democrats wrote the law that allows the president to go have this little gentleman conflict in Iran. But it's an illegal war. So Obama then committed illegal war action. Bush committed illegal war action. How many wars have we been in since 1941, when the last time Congress actually declared war? Like 28 of them, 29? So all those presidents have committed crimes, but it's just now against the law because Trump's doing it? Really? Shut the hell up. But you know what I mean, though. It's just insanity. If they tell you this propaganda just to piss you off, well, the truth of the matter is Congress is lazy. Lazy. Both parties are lazy. Right? I guess Iraq was asked for permission first, right? No, he didn't. Congress just wrote the bill. But they never declared war in Iraq. They never declared war in Afghanistan. The president just went to war. But apparently now that Trump went to war, it's illegal. How does that work? Because of Trump? Because everything Trump does is bad? Orange man, bad. I'm getting really sick and freaking tired of hearing it. Literally, if 20 other presidents did the same thing Trump has done, then it's not against the law, right? Correct. Okay, so I'm just really tired of listening to the propaganda bullshit. Because if you look at majority of Trump's policies are 1990s Democrat policies, because the man is a Democrat. He's a lifelong Democrat. He's not a true Republican. But he still runs on Democrat policies. That's why MAGA is a liberal conservative movement. It's not politically right and it's not politically left. It's literally a centrist frickin' movement on both sides. But it's funny to me how the Democrats melt down on their own policies that they were just so yay for at the specific time in life. But now they're like, well, dude, you're crying over your own policies, man. That confuses me. I don't know. Grump, what do you think about the guy who did the thing at the... I think he's going to spend Hey, Eric. I think he's going to spend a lot of time in prison to think about what he did. That Timu Rambo. you know. But I think we need to get rid of the propaganda and the rhetoric, and and stop getting these people so riled up to commit violence. You know, it was like my friend. She posted something about the MK, the whole mind thing, and I was watching a show on it last night. I'm going, you know what? I'm starting to really believe that the society's been brainwashed. And it's part of the whole study to brainwash the society to. So yeah, to commit violent acts and stuff like that. Homeboys, is that your spittoon? My cuppy cup? Yeah, it's my cuppy cup. I paid $8 for this stupid thing every day. I have many of them. But with emotion, you don't like well, most of the violent crimes that have happened in the last 20 years have been people that are acting on emotions, not logic. Because if you act in a logical standpoint, you wouldn't just go booger bowl. It's kind of like, let's go back to January 6th. Right? Let's go back to January 6th. It was a political protest where a few people got out of hand because they got emotionally funked. Okay? It happened. It was not the worst tragedy ever to happen in the United States of America. And for one thing, you don't just walk through the blast doors of the U.S. Capitol. Okay? So they didn't rip through the doors. They didn't break through the doors. They were physically let in on guided tours. Okay? Now, there was a few people, unruly people out there that got out of hand. Yes, they did. It happened. But you can't say it was the worst tragedy in the United States ever. Canada burned down our White House, for fuck's sakes. That was a lot worse than guided tours on January 6th. I mean, does nobody remember the freaking, no offense, Eric, I still love you, because we got a better White House out of it, so it's okay. But you listen to these people, and they're like, they attack people, they burn down stores, they burn down cities, and, you think that with all their violent, those three people that father, mother, and daughter that attacked that TPUSA reporter, they're getting federal charges because they acted unruly. You don't get just to attack people in public because you disagree with them politically, But I really do think law enforcement needs to step the fuck up and start doing their job. And because their job is for community service, keeping the community safe. If you have people out there tearing stores up, and if I have to walk down a neighborhood and they have plywood on the windows and stores, and they got to lock their stores up early and lose money because the police department refuses to do their job, the whole police force should be fired. The city mayor should be fired. The city attorney should be fired on the frickin' spot because you're not doing your damn job. We pay you to do a job. That'd be like the whole fire department not going to fight a fire because, then fire them. Your job is go fight fires. When I go to work, I go to do my job because that's what you're paid to do. That's what you apply to do. Your job, right? So, I'm listening to Fox News. Right? Okay. Do you think that the biblical times are right now? So I was listening to Notre Dame the other day, which actually fits into biblical, scriptures and scholars and times that happen to prefect or time to come. I believe that we are in a systematic time of error where we are going to be end up into a big religious war. When is it going to happen? They say in the next 20 years. We are going to be one of the largest, haul-out, bloodiest holy wars to ever become on planet Earth. So, but you can already kind of see that certain people are stationing themselves in other countries to get a hand on or a head start, and people are blind to it, But if you say anything, no, you're a bigot and all that, and I'm like, well, sure, okay, I'm good with it. You can call me whatever you want to, but when you start actually seeing what's going on, when you actually start looking and actually hearing the things and the problems that actually you start actually paying attention, But have an open mind. Being a Republican is a thing that I haven't heard of years. Every Republican I know that has an open mind. I'm sorry that you're retarded and you believe propaganda. Every Republican I know in this world has a very extremely open mind, very positive thinking people. Problem is, you believe the thing that all Republicans are hateful, bigot bastards. That makes you a closed-minded retard, and you can get the fuck out of here because we don't deal with people like you because all you do is push false propaganda. Goodbye. He was. He just came in here and pushed Republicans open minded. Well, that's a total misconception. Every human has their own mindset, thoughts of, 90% of 95+% of humans in the world both have liberal views and conservative views. I mean, one way or another, there's not one human out there that just is blank deck, just set in stone of what they believe, because that's physically impossible. Right? You young lady, you are not allowed to tell the world your views because you're closed-minded. I haven't heard one closed-minded thing you've said so far. I mean, I push some funny joke rhetoric. I mean, I really don't hate Democrats. I do like to put a little stank on it, just to get people grumpy because it's funny for me. That's what the show's about, But they take everything so personally, and the fact of it is you're the closed-minded person because you refuse to hear the truth or see what's actually physically going on around you, even your own party, right? It was like my friend, when they were doing certain operations on children in California, right? And they had been doing it. There had been multiple doctors arrested and charged with crimes for it before they actually legalized it. And she says it's not happening. And I'm like, all right, well, it's happening, lady. You just refuse to believe that it's happening. It's happening. She's like, oh, So you can sit there with your closed-minded and just push out your propaganda, but unfortunately, I'll show you the truth. It's personally all right. And as people are stopping, I think there's something in the water. I think the COVID vaccine was really horrible. I think it caused a lot of damage mentally to people. But because people were not this way before COVID. I mean, they weren't as bad, but after COVID, whoo, there's something went funky. So why so personal? Personally, I don't know. But it's like if you talk about God, it's like I was watching my friend's channel the other day, and she was on a show, and they asked her about does she believe that morals comes from gods? Well, technically they do, because you were born in a moral society that was took tens of thousands of years to build and construct. Morals were not created by man. Morals were created by the gods. We as humans decided that the gods knew what was right and wrong, and we partake into the development of society. So if you're born today, you can't say that you yourself are a moral person because you were taught to be your moral de factos in life. So that has already been created from generations before you. You were just stuck in an already built society. We're not starting from the Stone Age where that's a falsehood. I'm really thinking it did. Actually, I think that was our zombie apocalypse where people all went brain deady. That's my opinion, not fact. Nobody's trying to smite me again today. No more voodoo dolls. I get so grumpy. But I'm just saying that, and I think she's a great person. Just overall, she's a great person. But the fact of it is, though, is religion built a moral society. So you can't say that, without religion, we would not have a moral society. Because before religion, we are an all-out chaos, anarchy, everybody just destructo. So religion itself actually made moral. I mean, so you can't deny it. You can't say it didn't happen, and you can't say that in today's society that you know because children don't understand morals. We teach them morals, right? And typically, you as an adult were raised in the same moral society on the same common grounds that you grew up with, that you're teaching your child, that were there before you, and on and on. So that's just where I sit. I mean, that is the truth. So. You know, and because just look at every culture around the world, every country around the world, they're mainly set off from the gods and how their society has begotten over time, right? So, what's your ever really? I didn't lock down during the lockdown. I went to work. I went to the stores. I went dancing. I went drinking. I never locked down. I didn't believe in the lockdown. I thought it was stupid. I told people it was stupid. I never wore a mask. I didn't get vaccinated because it was stupid. Because even the science says that less than 0.00000 point something was actually affected by the virus itself, and more people died by doctors, proven, from malpractice. So you literally had doctors killing people because they had no idea what they were doing. So COVID should have woke your eyes up when it comes to COVID should have been your eye waker when it comes to government control and the stupidity of governments worldwide. So, plus, what's the point of getting the jab if you're? Well, that was another thing. Is apparently that SARS-CoV-2 kept rapidly mutating, so the first jab did not help to the second strains, and what were ripped like 26 freaking strains before they actually said that COVID was done. So, but we still have COVID though. People are still apparently getting sick from COVID, but but apparently it's not bad anymore. It was only bad to destroy President Trump. But amazingly, once Trump was no longer in office, COVID wasn't dangerous anymore. Magic how that happens. Magic how that, magically. Oh, you're all fine now. Trump's gone. COVID's no longer bad. Jesus, come on. Right? I mean, I know of several people that got the jab and they died within 24 hours. So, no. And it was like there's bodies stacking up. There was no bodies stacking up in the hospitals. That was a misconception lie. They were manipulating medical records. There was actually a hospital suit. This guy's mom was like 89 years old, right? And there was many stories came out during COVID. She had heart failure. She didn't have long to live, right? They wrote her down as dying of COVID. What? They were just trying to get federal money, because all the hospitals were getting banco buco bucks, during COVID. So everyone was just dying of COVID. So I think we should really go back and actually re-examine all the medical records of people who are actually didn't have COVID. So, and then all those hospitals should be sued. Yeah, most people had they did. It's like most forms of cancer. Most forms of cancer don't kill you. It's the other elements that come along during the cancer, that kill you. So it's like emphysema. Emphysema doesn't kill you. If you literally drown of ammonia and all that, your lungs just finally fill full of water, and your lungs can't control themselves to, so you dry drown basically. But fear your death stare. Yes, I paint my face black salts. Really? I want to see this. That sounds sexy. No, oh, that's another thing. Oh my god, that's another thing that drives me nuts. So when I was a kid and during Halloween I was dressed up. Literally, I painted my face black because that was like the commando thing, right? Apparently, as a little 4-year-old child, I was racist. Hell, I never knew. Because apparently, being in the arts and all that, apparently you can't do anything to express yourself because expression now is bigotry. I didn't know that. Rolling up, going to be right. All right, D. Sounds fun. But you know what I mean? That's the one that really burnt my ass, I think, the most, is when people start saying that self-expression, in the whole art form is bigotry. I think that pretty much, but it's okay if they do it. But if we do it on the right, we're just hateful Nazi bigots. Well, doesn't that sound stupid to you? That, to me, never made any sense, just in the hindsight. But yeah, I mean that's kind of why I watch other YouTubers. I get content on it. I probably in time we're going to start doing some more stuff, of our own. But I like going and listening to other people, and because it's just some of the sheer insanity that, like, I watch this one girl. She'll have people come up, why do you support Trump? And they'll tell her why they support Trump. And then she comes to come up with some bullshit of stuff that doesn't even happen. It's like, what are you talking about? You're so wrong. Yo, where are you from, Brody? Same place you're from, planet Earth. Nice to meet you, my Earthling. What's happening, brother? Power to the Earthlings. But no, she just goes off on tangents and stuff like that. But half the stuff she says is bullshit. Hello, Earth mate. Rock on, brother. Peace and love for planet Earth. Boop. Some days we'll be able to go to Mars, and then we'll be like, Marsian brothers, raise your hand. Yeah, from Big Mars. It's just probably 20 years. By then, I probably will be too old to space travel, which will totally, literally piss me off. Okay, we're back again. It's like back in the 80s, we were all promised flying cars by now, and we ain't got our flying cars. But then I think to myself, after I've traveled across the United States and other places, I don't think humans deserve flying cars. We can barely drive on flat ground. Could you imagine millions of people up in the sky flying a car? Holy shit, people would be dead. Ain't that dude on the Epstein files? Yeah, so are many other people. What's your point? Do you have proof that anything happened? Because nobody else has any proof. The only thing they can lumber off all the files is a few people committed fraud and money laundering. That's it. They can prove that one person committed heinous acts against children. They can prove that one person trafficked heinous crimes to one person, and they can prove that a whole bunch of people that were investors were on a file. What do you got? Nothing? So you're like everybody else? The Epstein files. Trump went to war for the Jewish state because they have evidence against him in the files. We have the same freaking files they have. No, he was not mentioned 3 million times in it. Jesus Christ. Majority of the stuff Trump is mentioned in the files for are investments with Epstein, just like all the other men that are in the Epstein files. They were mentioned through investments. Trump was cleared in 2005, so bringing up Trump in 2026 just makes you sound dumb, because Trump was already pre-cleared by the courts and the FBI back in 2005 before he even decided to start his political career. So bringing him up in 2026 is a dumb opinion. It means you never did any research. You've never read the files. It's just hunky-dory. It's an opinion state. There's no facts. But, it just drives me nuts. At least I've actually read the files, and there's nothing in there. That's why no courts have brought up any criminal charges. Man, I've missed you. I've missed you too, Oscar. Welcome in. Welcome back, my friend. I mean, if there's physically, and this is one thing that drives me nuts about Democrats. This drives me freaking nuts about Democrats. New York has a state Democrat AG. New Mexico has a Democrat state AG. Well, if there was anything bad in the files, why aren't they bringing up state charges? We don't need federal criminal charges, right? Because technically, unless there was actually a federal crime that it committed, we don't need the federal government to file charges. All three state AGs and the American Virgin Islands could file, actually, another Democrat. So 3 Democrat AGs have not filed any criminal charges against anybody. The only one that ever did file was back in time when there was 2 Republican AGs in New York and in Florida against Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell. So technically, only Republicans have actually ever filed any criminal charges related to the Epstein files. No Democrats have. But apparently the Democrats are really outraged about everything in the files, but yet they know just as well as everybody else does, it's all speculation and hearsay, and you can't charge someone with a crime on speculation and hearsay. The courts would kick it out because there's no provable evidence in there. But of course, we have to keep going through this whole everyday, you know. But you know, they didn't give a jack shit when those 350,000 underage girls were sex trafficked in the United States under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's policies. Right? But they were sure pissed off that ICE was going out and rescuing them. They were literally making human chains to stop ICE from rescuing those little children. They are fucking hypocrites. You know? We had a liberal judge. They literally, it was like 48 kids that were trafficked in the United States that were rescued by ICE, were put on a plane to go back to their families. Their government requested them home. Their families requested them home. Some liberal judge stood in the way and would not let those little kids go home. So you're telling me that Democrats care about the kids? No, they don't. No, that's bullshit lies. But if you open up your eyes and you just look at everything that's going on, all the cities that all those kids were trafficked to, those city mayors and governors were up in arms, ready to start war with the United States to keep those kids from being saved. They were stopping the Trump administration from everything they could possibly do to save and rescue those children every frickin' day. They mentally confused all these to go out and get themselves shot to stop the government from saving children by state and city local governments. Really? You people are fucking nuts. It's another thing we're putting on the list of why I don't like Democrats. You know? Hold on, I gotta let the fires calm down a little bit so I don't explode, because Jesus Christ Almighty. Oh. So, but you know, they can't explain that to you, though. They won't explain that to you. Why they refuse to protect it. I mean, they're writing laws to literally sexually mutilate children, murder babies. They're lowering the classification on rape and molestation in almost every blue state to let offenders off. You know, screw the victims, right? But they somehow now care about the victims. When you can look at all these liberal leftist judges letting out all the perverts for heinous crimes, giving them just slappies on the wrist. Look at the Diddy trial. They literally threw like 95% of his charges out and gave him a little soft hand slaps for 5 years, which he'll only spend like 2 of them in jail. All right? They didn't go after the trafficking charges. They didn't go after the S charges on little children. You know, none of the Hollywood actors stepped up that were abused by him, went to court and testified against him. They literally threw everything out. So, I'm really, like on the Epstein files, I'm really bored of it right now. I mean, we know that I've been saying for years nothing's going to. It's like I've been telling people for years that Democrat NGOs fund the KKK. And people, no, you're lying. Boom! Just came out the other day. What was it, like $6 million? Three or $6 million came out the other day that was being funded through Democrat NGOs to the KKK. Shit. I hate always being right. I know, I really piss people off about that. Just in encumbrance, encumbrance, It's not that I'm right, it's because I've opened my eyes and I've seen the truth. The truth is there. You just have to want to see it. People don't want to know the truth. They just want to live with the propagandas and the lies. And that's scary shit. Because then all that does is cause issues. And more issues. It was like when Charlie Cook said, and I think he probably could have phrased it a little bit different because he was talking about the DEI hiring. And DEI is very dangerous. It really is. But the way he said it, if you come on a plane, there's a black pilot that was hired under DEI, would you be worried? Well, not really. Me in general, I'm not going to, in fact, I think somebody that just because color of their skin didn't go through proper training. But so he kind of said it wrong. But yes, me in general, if I get on a plane, I want to know that the best trained pilot is on that plane because I'm selfish. I'm just human. I want to be able to take off and land and have the best pilot, Look what happened to Leonard Skinner. His pilots killed him. Apparently they weren't the best. They were DEI pilots, I think, but, so I think he could have worded it a little bit differently. It did kind of have a little snaker in it, And Charlie Kirk was a very intelligent man. So, I think in a lot of things he said, he was correct in a lot of things he said, but he should have rephrased it. But when you get talking, and your brain just start, you don't really phrase things where they're meant to be said correctly. So, and I think that happens to a lot of humans, and a lot of people just took it offensively the way he said, But he wasn't wrong though. If you go to a lot of government jobs, there's a lot of people there that should not be on the jobs because they were put there just because of some federal grant, so the third party company could get the contract. Most of those people couldn't even do the job. They were dangerous, And then the stupid thing is, see, this thing drives you freaking nuts. So they put so many people have to be hired on the job to get federal contracts, right? Before the first 30 days of the contract, the majority of those people are fired off the jobs because they no longer need them because they got the contract. But to get the contract, he just put a whole bunch of boners in there, Oh yeah, see, I got, we fulfill your requirements. So it's just a government scam is all it is. Well, no, I'm not. Charlie Kirk was all about the conversation. He believed that two people should be able to sit down and communicate. Even if you disagreed with each other, you should have the conversation. It's what it happens, but I've always believed, and this is just my personal opinion. Wait, why'd you smoke pot, Eric? All the time. This is only based on my personal opinion that humans in generally do better in the box than when you release them out of the box. If you look over human history, when the mass majority of society has been let out of the box, you get chaos and anarchy, because a lot of humans can't deal with excessive critical thinking, their minds don't inherit to the ability to understand what they're thinking. So, but I also don't believe that we should penalize brilliant people for their conversation in general. But there's a lot. You can say it today that a lot of these people in modern day society should be put back in the box. Just give them the medication because, oh Jesus. But personal opinion, not fact. Don't try to smite me again. No more voodoo dolls. I don't need any more thorns and pins and needles into my back. In case you, I'm Schultz. But even on the trans conversation, I'm not against people becoming or believing they're trans or whatnot. I'm not. If at a certain point of development stage and you're a legal adult, I don't care. But but what the left tries to hide the fact is though that there are a lot of people, not the whole particular percentage of the trans community does bad things, but there is a small population of the trans community that does bad things, and they're the ones that people want to keep out of the bathrooms with the little girls and women's and all that, and out of the women's prisons, and this is a fact. There's bad people. Nobody's saying it's the whole entire collection of people that are bad. But there is a small percentage that we have to put our mindset on that it happens. And if you say things like this, it offends people because then they think you're just blaming the whole entire culture. Well, I'm not blaming the whole entire people. That's just stupid. It's like systematically the black community commits a lot of crimes. It's not the whole black community. It's like 6% of the black community that commits crimes. But for some reason, individuals say if you bring up crime stats, you're blaming the whole. I'm not blaming the whole black community because that's just ignorance. Even thinking about that just makes you sound ignorant, But people will tell you, oh, you can't say that. Well, if you're reading off crime statistics, you're going off facts and numbers and actually what is causing the issues, you should be able to tell the truth, right? But if you tell the truth today, you're a bigot. Well, you can't fix a problem unless you understand that there's a problem and there's a way to fix the problem, correct? Because shit, the way we've been doing it hasn't been working. So so it's about the young children in the trans community, not one said the old enough that makes their own decisions. Well, it's the problem. It's not even the kids making the decisions. And that's the scary part. It's not the children making the decisions. Because children don't have the mental capacity to actually make that physical decision. They don't. It's the parents forcing it on the child because they got stuck into the whole hoopamoral that everybody should, because they don't want to be known as a hateful person. Well, when your own studies come out of your own community says that you're wrong, you're wrong. That's just the truth. I got a question, Schultz. I got a question. This is an idiom for you. So, God created all the plants and animals on the earth for men, correct? So if there's marijuana, there's cocaine, there's opium, there's mushrooms, there's peyote. So therefore, God created them for man, for medicine, for purpose of, for use. And a lot of use was made for spiritual enlightenments and enhancements to make yourself one with the gods, correct? So you could be enhanced in the spiritual nature. So therefore, if you do drugs in a certain manner form instead of just get high, you're doing it for spiritual reasons. Therefore, you are being godlike, correct, Schultz? Because that's basically what the gods have told us. So, are we not one with God? So, are you going against the actions of gods, or I'm very confused on this. Are you a biblical scholar? Have you ever actually studied religion, or you just going off the manipulation and propaganda of man? Because the gods are very, very, very earnest on this conversation. Anyways, I mostly blame schools, counselors putting it wasn't. See, you have to look at the whole ideology of this. You can't just blame one particular person. The problem is it became a whole government ideology, and these people were actually forced to push this ideology. I mean, I think it was in England the other day. This young man was accosted by his teachers because he said that there's only two genders. Well, according to science and medical and all that shit, there's only two genders. But according to the teacher, even though he knows he can't he can't agree with the student and he can't agree with science because his government has told him this is the curriculum you have to teach. Because if not, they'll be fired and they'll go to jail. So you can't fit. There's certain people you can't blame because no, there are a lot of people that actually believe the hoopla, but there's a lot of people that are forced to teach something that they know is wrong. You know, so and so it always barrels down to we live in a society that is that. See, this is the one that blows my mind. So this is the one that blows my mind. So vast majority of 8 billion humans in this world are anti-government, correct? Pretty much any human with any brains is anti-government. But then it turns around, they believe that the government should control every aspect of your life. But they tell you they're anti-government and they don't want the government in their lives. They want to be free and be able to do what they want. But then they vote for more government control and they support more government control. And they're, it's like, what? That's pure insanity. You're a hypocrite. You believe in free society of humans, which, unfortunately, like I say though, you can't have an overall free society. That's very dangerous talk. It's dangerous because you get anarchy and you get a lot of bad things when humans need to be kept in a safe box. It's the truth. It's just human nature. If you let all 8 billion people out there to do whatever the hell they want, we are not going to make it as a civilization. You're just going to cause so much shit. 3 years clean from crack, watching your stream, made me pick up you full of shit. Crack is a man-made drug, so you're a moron because it wasn't made by the gods. So you're an idiot. What up, Silver? So you totally didn't listen to what the hell I just said. You just blew out your ass. Just fuck. Because I only pertain to physical drugs plants made by the gods. Crack is made by humans. Meth is made by humans. So you're a dumbass. You didn't even listen to the damn thing I said. Okay, Seth. Well, that's what I'm talking about, though. If you get into the scheme of things, if you were let the whole body of society just out to do whatever freely nilly they wanted, you would have all out chaos. You would have death and murder, and there would be no civilization. It would just be pure out anarchy. Unfortunately, humans need to be kept in a box. A certain, not like controlled or slave-like, but it's a safety zone for, because unfortunately, you have to have certain rules and laws and abilities to keep society moving, right? So, because if not, well, we've seen over the last 20 years what happens when you allow free thinkers and abilities, and you watch cities burn, and it's chaos. It's just complete chaos. It's but don't worry. I'm sure I'll have somebody come in here soon and tell me that my opinion is wrong. Just wait. You're wrong, but they won't tell you why I'm wrong. They won't come in with the intellectual thought of why I'm wrong or tell the whole chat why I'm wrong. They're just going to be like, you're wrong. Cool. Now it's your turn to tell me why I'm wrong. Penelope, darling. What is going on, Penelope? Haven't seen you in a foreverness. How have you been? But you know what I mean? I love when they come in and say, you're wrong. What? Tell me how I'm wrong. I'll admit, if you can prove that I'm wrong, okay, because everyone's opinion is wrong. But also, about 20%. Okay, tell me where my opinion is wrong, though. Because I had a lot of truth and facts in my opinion. So maybe your opinion's wrong and my opinion's right. Let's flip a coin and we'll see. Heads or tails, man. Heads or tails. But really, and which point was I wrong, Schultz? Which point was I wrong? Because The studies and facts say that my opinion was correct. So where was I misconception? Where was I lying? Where was I wrong? So what you're saying is, if we go against the facts, if you go against the facts, then you're correct. If you stick with the factual base, then you're wrong. That's ignorance. You look like you have brain damage. Well, you should meet my first wife. That's probably why I have brain damage. Just say that all drugs were created. All drugs were created by gods. All plants were created by the gods. It's in your book, dumbass. If you believe God is the creator of the earth, the creation of all on earth, God created it, correct? So that is a factoid, a biblical factoid. What's your stupidity on this? Where were you misconcepted? Where did I lose you here when your own frickin' Bible says it in Genesis? This is the shit that just drives me nuts. They don't even believe their own damn book. They push false biblical religion, and they don't even believe their own teachings, their own frickin' book. Oh, your first wife loved that. She did love the frying pan, I'll tell you that much. And I still got the lumps and bruises to prove it, but you know, Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice and Hagrid. Cheese, rice, and Hagrid, okay? What the hell is the word? What is pop? Oh, Jesus Christ. You can't be that dumb. And crack is made man, not God, man. So again, where does this guy go? I can't with stupidity today. I nowhere in the Bible did I say methamphetamines or crack cocaine or crack, anything that was man-made was made by the gods. That was made by men. Nowhere in there did I say if it's made by man, it was made by the gods. You got to go. So you're an idiot. You don't want to listen, and I can't right now. I'm doing well. Remember me? I do. Hello. Are you welcome in? But that's what I'm talking about, dude. I literally just said in the biblical means of Genesis, God created the earth, the heavens, the grasses, the stuff that made by gods. Therefore, it was accountable for men to use. Nowhere in there did I say man-made drugs or narcotics were made by the gods. No brains, no intelligence. Jesus Christ Almighty. So once again, my opinion wasn't wrong. His hearing and brain function was wrong too. Jesus Christ. Oh. What the fuck is going on here today? Please don't use the Lord's name in vain. I'll use any goddamn word I want to use because God is not his name, dumbass. Good fucking bye. His name is not God, stupid. Read your Bible or shut the fuck up. You fake ass fucking Christians that can't even read your own goddamn Bibles. And this channel, I am God. I am Grumpy. I am God of Grumpy's Hangout. I am Lord and Supreme Ruler of my show. Yeah, so I am a God. That's why I have a fire extinguisher. Just in case that shit gets out of flame. And actually, what's funny, if you actually read the biblical teachings, it says that we are I am, and we are all of God-like to be Christ-like, because we are all one powered being of God. So therefore, we are all gods, or one as God. So if you didn't follow your biblical scriptures and teachings, I don't know what to tell you. I am the supreme ruler of Grumpy Hangout. I mean, Jesus Christ Almighty. That makes two people that come in here with the name God in their chat, and that they're supposed to be religious people that apparently have never read their own Bibles. What the fuba? Just. And I think. Not to dig on religious people, because I love religious people really dearly. I mean, I've had a lot of religious people in my family, but the extent weed has been manipulated to man growing stronger. Well, if you go by the original plant itself as a herb, they've used it spiritually through. That's what I said. I never said that modern day narcotics were God made and for men of use. I never said that. I never I never did. You know, but somehow they lost. There was a translation there that they didn't pick up. But now I lost track of thought what I was going to say. I love religious people. I love them to death. I really do. But there are a lot of hypocrite religious people, They don't go by the actual physical biblical teaching. They go by the teachings of the church. So you're being manipulated by false prophets because you're not listening to what the biblical teachings are telling you. You're listening to what your preacher man's telling you, what your church congregation's telling you. You're not going by the actual teachings of Christ himself. So therefore, no, you're not a Christian. You're not one of the Christ. You're one of the church. So therefore, your soul has not been saved, right? Because Christ was very clear on how to get to heaven. And it wasn't through the church. Because Jesus himself was against the church of man. 100%. He hated the church of man. He came down to destroy the church and biblical, the lies and propaganda of man themselves. Because he wanted everybody to be saved. His movement was about being saved by him as the Christ. It's there in your teaching. Go reading Rainbow, motherfuckers. But no. Don't come at me with your false church propaganda bullshit because you and I are going to have conflict every day of the week, every day. That's why there's over 40,000 Christian congregations because not one of them even know what the fuck they're talking about. That's why there's so many. So you have a lot of freaking churches don't even know how the hell to get to heaven. When the teachings were pretty clear on how to get there. Not against what you say, or rebuke. No, that's just fine. You're entitled to your own opinion, line. That's fine. I have no issue with that. It just don't come at me with stupidity of don't use the Lord. I never once used the Lord's name in vain because God is not his name. And if you've read your Bible, you should know what his name is. And that's why the Jewish people gave him like multiple names so they could never commit blasphemy against the Father's name, which is a major sin you can't be forgiven for. And actually, the only way you can actually not be forgiven for the sin itself is you turn yourself away from God. That's the only blasphemy you cannot be forgiven for. Because word itself, language, there's no actual physical, language is not a sin. I know a lot of people like to use words as some fault, but words are man-made. They're made up. They don't exist. The meanings of words. So, because the only way you could actually physically inherit to bad language would be to use the language of the gods to commit sin. So, just saying. Hello, Pickled Dinkles. That name screws with my brain every time I read that. Were you in that new Papa John's ad? I would really love to say yes, and I'd say that I got all the royalties for it, but no, that wasn't me. But if they want to put me in an ad, though, Grumpy's so ready to do ads for people. Show me the money. Make it rain. Prostitution. Does that make me a prostitute? It probably would, because I'm a whore for the dollar. I'll make it rain there. No, I'm sexy and pretty. I just got. Oh. I still like that. Your opinion was wrong. The problem with it was it's my opinion. That it was his own for something. Oh, good God. But you in every TV commercial. Really? Then I am so suing for royalties if I'm in a Papa John commercial. I'll tell you that much. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. Oh. And you know the thing that really humors me the most? I'm a commentator. I'm having opinion-based commentation, right? So if you don't like what I'm saying, there's a swipe button. It's pretty simple. You have free will, right? What makes you a special human? You have free will. You know, I mean, even when I go use my other account and I go troll, I typically don't troll the commentator. I troll the chat because I like to troll the chat because I like to get grumpy inspirations, that I can use in my own show. Not the commentator, but the people in the chat themselves, because you can learn a lot from people. Last night I got a streamer that looked like Sal. Better call Sal to say Trump rules. Nice. I got blocked by a commentator last night because they didn't like my name. So, I think apparently they didn't like Grumpy. I was like, well, that's just mean. Grumpy is known wide worldly as a funny human being. No, they were like, bloop. I was like, and all I did was say hi. That was really rude, I think. It was supposed to say, hey, Grumps. I was tuned back into, oh, hey, George. I must have missed your comment, so it's okay. Because I was in the middle of... That is quite humorous to me, though. But go watch if you really want to be entertained, go watch the atheist YouTubers, because they really contradict themselves. And so, because most things in the Bible have been proven factual, right? Not all of it, but, time, history, and facts, on it. Archaeology, fucking hit. Anyways, my brain's not working, but. And so then, and what they'll use is they'll use little paraphrases in the Bible to try to prove the point. But yet, they don't go to the whole entire text of what it actually said. They just go off one little line, and this proves them correct. Well, we could say that same thing about flat earthers because they do the same thing. But, I mean... if even okay, so this one drives me nuts. So if we were a flat Earth, right? We at certain tilt at a flat Earth, all the water would only be on one side of the planet, right? And then we'd just be like, I mean, we'd be just constant head over hill fucking disc, through space. We'd be doing like this because that would be the flat Earth, because we'd be over. The water would just constantly be throwing us around. We'd all be dizzy like a washing machine, And technically, the Earth is both flat and round because we are a sphere, correct? So, and gravity is what holds in everything into the planet. It's like third grade science. Did you ever watch Bill Nye? He explains it very well. Bill Nye did, anyways. And I was a big fan of Beekman's World because at least Beekman knew what the hell he was talking about, but. If I had a laptop, I could do it, but since I'm on my Jay, I was just talking about you. I can't, but it's in my it's on my main page though. If you want to go join the Discord, Penelope. But if you do join the Discord, please be nice and friendly to everybody and respectful. Don't have a complete leftist meltdown like the other gentleman the other day because that was a little off the wall. But yeah, I mean. So, I know you are. I was just saying if you do, I mean, welcome in. We like the more the merrier in the Discord. We like expanding our views and thoughts and people's ideas. If you come inside, you're gonna get squished. So. you know, just anyway, to the flat earthers, though, those people just really humor because they have been proven wrong every time they say something. They're proven wrong. Okay, but they still push it though that the Earth is flat. Well, it violates freaking science the way they think, you know. And some laws of science have been pretty much proven that you can't, it just confuses me. The Earth is not flat; it's round. Well, it's both flat and round. It's a sphere. I mean, it's a ball. Well, actually, it's an egg, but it's both. But that's besides the point. I mean, if you have a laser, the laser proves that the Earth has curvature. You can go to Egypt. That's what I love. Even the Egyptians were smarter than modern day man. So they have two temples set on a different curvature directly in the same line. You can literally see the horizon change because the Earth itself, the line itself, mass is round. So I'm just saying, I mean, there was even some of the top flat earthers in the world have even come out and said, "Well, I was wrong," So Trey does love the gym, that is for sure. He does love the gym, but my shoulder hurts, Trey. I mean, I don't know what I did. I really hurt myself. You should come rub me. Well, put some ointment on there. Make Grumpy feel all better. No, well, shit. I'm an open-minded person. Nothing convinces me that Earth is flat. It's just, well, I've met a lot of flat earthers. I've had a lot of great conversations with flat earthers, and it's kind of like the people that deny biology. The same people deny gravity. Apparently, science is the dirty thing in 2026. Because I believe in both religion and science because they coincide with each other. That's what I believe. Everything has a coincide. Everything is one equally. You can't deny you cannot deny the other and believe in one because they even some of your greatest scientific minds were both, and most of your scientific expansion were done by the church themselves, not by so. It does humor me, though. All right. If you're older than 18. Well, no, you have to be 18 to join the Discord. I have an age restriction on my Discord. I don't really main too much on the live stream, but in the Discord, no, there is an age restriction in the Discord. You have to be over. I am older than 18. Okay, well, I'm just saying that everybody in the Discord has to be over 18 because because we do have adult conversation in there that proceeds more that is not PG or politically correct. So that's just that Well, so because I believe children should stay children and learn in their own time of frame. Some people believe that children should be automatic adults, and which that's just silly. Mm-hmm. Dude, the sun's been up for hours. You've been crowing since 4:15 this morning. Shut up, Felipe. Yes, my chicken has a Hispanic name. It's okay. No, is it Felipe? Yes, Felipe. Because he's a pain in the ass. But my daughter names everything on the farm. I name nothing. I pick no names for any of the animals. Zero. I'm not allowed. And sometimes she picks names that are so stupid I can't pronunciate them. So it just really pisses me off. It's like, find easier names, okay? You don't have to have these far out weirdest freaking video game names, dude. Just like pick a regular, like George. I mean, something simple. No, let's make these creative freaking anime Japanese freaking names that fuck I couldn't pronounce even in my bestest of days. You know? What the shit? Like Sammy, right? Sammy was simple. Right, K-A, boom, on the line, Sammy. Simple. But, yeah, like Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, just easy. I named my goldfish Ben 10,000 when I was 5. I hope you've changed your goldfish by now, because goldfish typically don't live that long. I did, in fact, though. You know, when Walmart still actually sold fish. I don't know how old you guys are, if you remember Walmart still selling fishes, but Walmart used to sell fish. And me and the first ex-old wife, we got a couple of those little, nice, those feeder goldfish, right? I actually kept one alive for 3 years. This guy got huge. He was literally eating the other goldfish. So we finally, I let him go in the river though, I mean, because he did end up being a good 6 inches, and I was really amazed by that little feeder fish because we got them to feed a turtle, I think, right? But the turtle didn't really like him. He was really selfish. So, oh, I remember. So the wife and the son found a freshwater turtle, big son bitch. They brought it home, and they got an aquarium. She went out and spent a whole bunch of freaking money for the stupid turtle, and then she found out that the turtle itself carries salmonella, and so after spending a couple $100, she took the turtle and went and released it back into the wild. But then we had all this aquarium shit for this fucking turtle, and so and all these feeder fish that we apparently so. Oh God, I love that woman. But so we had a turtle for like 2 hours, and she spent a lot of money for the turtle to come find out that she released the turtle. Fish it up! Hey, it's me, Fish, the Milky Way. Nice. But you're not sharing. So. Oh, diggity Dan, diggity Dan. I know I saw. I did. She was moving around here. Why not? Oh. We get no Yuki today. Apparently you're number one, Eric. she's not coming in today. I had a betta fish from Walmart. The only fish I find that are or those stupid neon fishes that they actually put chemical in, I think that's very abusive. I don't think that we should be putting chemicals in fish to make them glow. Just, if you put them together, they will. Yeah, she's having a personal day. I saw the chat. But I was going to take a personal day a couple times, and I'm like, you know what? If I took a personal day, I'd miss all you guys. And I really like you people. You inspire me to be grumpy. That's how much love I have for you. Don't take that offense. Don't be offended by that. It was meant in all love. Oh. I dated a girl here. Was the time of approval by Grumpy? Will she be? Dude, I don't want to be smited. She can have any time off she wants to. She'd be like, and I already had to get rid of an evil demon freaking curse that somebody put on my ass, and it was causing a lot of. I mean, most people don't believe in all that witchcraft shit. I do though. I mean, I was married to a couple. Wait, I believe on that shit, 100%. It's true. It's true. So. Look at the fear in my eyes. I fear no man. I do fear the Wicca. But I enjoy. Oh, thank you, Penelope. We appreciate you. Welcome in. So, when I get done with the live stream, I'll give you a proper welcome into the Discord. I really need to get a laptop so I can do multiple things at once. Actually, I'm thinking of just getting a stationary computer though, so I can put multiple screens, so I can have the, you know, the YouTube here, and then I can have the Discord here, and I can have um, my Instagram, and so I can do three live. So I can be doing three live streams at once. You know, with that, because that's how you grow. So you got to have more than one channel going at a time. So, and it's easier to do if you have a stationary computer, but you have multiple screens. So, sounds unpleasant, Trey. She'll curse you with the hemorrhoids. I got Stapello for that. I'm good, Trey. I just sit on my little. I just sit on my little ring. Oh, but that would make our little Hindu friend from India happy though, because he likes coming and talk about my creams and powders and mixtures, and I haven't seen him in a while. So very interesting. You know, I cannot believe how many people in this world are that worried about Grumpy's butthole. I mean, you know what? I might worry that much about my butthole, but I have a lot of gentlemen around this world that are like, we need to be very concerned about Grumpy's butt. That kind of scares me a little bit, you know. That scares me worse than the 7 death threats I've had in the last week. Okay, that there's so many men worried about my ring hole. Just saying, you know, it is not a scratch and sniff. Do not stick your tongue to it. Oh, stand against the wall for. No, I just go get me one of those medieval freaking chastity belts, you know, and swallow the key. Because then I'm really screwed. Because if I swallow the key, I can never take it off. Well, I mean, it come out eventually because you hear dink. And hey, Chris, what's going on, my friend? What's going on? Always good to see you. Know, because if you put the chastity belt on, you swallow the key, and eventually, you know, in a couple of days, it shall pass, and you'll have dink. You're like, oh, I'm free. Just that on the sense of the matter, you know. Well, that's horrible. But it is true, though. What is swallowed shall come out. And hopefully it doesn't tear shit up on the way out, too, though, because that would be bad. Very, very, very bad. Yes, sir, indeed. Ooh, that is a nice, cool breeze. I am liking that. I think my counter's broken because it keeps going. It keeps jumping up to 60 to 1, 60 to 1, 60 to 1. You know, I know there's more than one person in the chat. You know, I think YouTube likes to mess with my brain. Contrails as well. Corn travels. yes. Woo. Yes, it does. Just some corn does not break down properly. It does not. You know, they actually do that on dairies when they do feed. They actually take samples of the poop, right, and they break it apart, and and they see how the digestive system is working, and what's naturally breaking down in the cattle, and they will rotate feed according to nutrition and how it's coming out in the dingo. I'm sure you didn't really want to know that, but now you do. It is your needed to know of the day from Grumpy that they dig through poop to make sure that the cow is eating properly. So, what's your Instagram handle? I'll post it. I actually need to change it on my Instagram because it's just my regular name. So I'm not giving that out, and I'm not even on Instagram yet. So, but I'll put it in the Discord though because I really don't want some people knowing my name. But I should change it though. I know I changed my X. My X is actually Grumpy's Hangout on X. If you want to go check out my channel on X, that's in Grumpy's Hangout. But I mean, And for safety reasons, you could post in the Discord. I mean, you really don't gotta put out here in the live chat for everybody to see. I believe in anonymity. You know, people should be kept safe and secure, and because there's a lot of freaking weirdos in this world that want to look at Grumpy's butthole. One thing about it though, if I ever do go gay, I know I am top quality beef. I am very, very desirable. So my Twitter account cannot be discovered by anyone I know. All right. Why is that, Crystal? Where it's Christy? It's Crystal. It's Crystal. Why is that, Crystal? Are you hiding from us, or are you under a different name on your X account? I know my daughter gets so mad because I refuse to call it Twitter because it is X. I mean, I'm sorry. We have to adapt and forward feud into the future. Things change. People should be just get used to that it is X now. It's been purchased. It's gone out. The name has changed. It's kind of like the Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America. We've changed the names. So, and I don't know why people get so mad about that. Yeah, I have a separate Grumpy one. So, but yeah, I mean, but no, my X account's under Grumpy's Hangout. I'm gonna change my Instagram to Grumpy's Hangout because eventually I do need to start streaming on all three because then we can get our numbers up higher, and the more fame and fortune we get, the further closer we get to Grumpy's boys frickin' travel. And when we get the Grumpy's van and we get to go see the world. I'm posting interesting stuff. Oh, I post a lot of derogatory stuff just to make people grumpy. Just because, I mean, I'm kind of what the channel's about, to make the world, I mean, not irately pissy, but grumpy, you know, because grumpy's sexy. Grumpy is sexy. Angry pissy is smelly. Don't be angry and pissy, because that's just smelly. Do some camping or some stuff. Exactly. Well, I figure we'll start going to, you know, the grumpy boys will start doing it. We'll be like the Wienermobile. We'll just start going out and, you know, finding shit, big events going on. We'll just like start live streaming it in like multiple angles, and, you know, everybody walking around just, you know, what's your opinion? Right? Vegas, baby. Vegas. I think we might have to get some spy cams though to go, you know, get some spy glass to go in Vegas because they really don't like you recording in their casinos. You know, unless you get special permission. But if you get the spy glasses, who fucking cares? Right? So, but yes, that is the way, but that is the future of Grumpy's Hangout. We are eventually going to expand. Which I have thought, before we get the Grumpy van, though, we might start getting people actually, once we get the StreamYard, things like that, we might have getting people, it's called Travel Grumpy. So, like, if you want to come on the StreamYard, and depending on what country you're in, your city, if you just want to, like, take us around and adventure, you know, that's another idea I've been having, you know, just to kind of, you know, let people see the world, you know, through your eyes, you know, like go meet your baker and, you know, people like that. I think it'd be fun just to interject people into people's culture, especially in India, you know, because we have a lot of Indian friends, and, you know, I like to bring them on and just have them take us around their town, you know, their little cities, and show us how their everyday normal life is. I think it'd be exciting, don't you? I think so. You met any mole people in Vegas? I don't go to the Undercity in Vegas. I mean, now if you want to go, I will take you, but we will go heavily armed. But because the Undercity of Vegas is not safe. But I mean, I'll take you. I'm not scared to go. But I mean, just normally when I go to Vegas, I typically go to my buddy's gentleman's club because he'll come pick me up in his taxi service, and he's a good fellow of mine, good friend, good gentleman. And I like to help his business expand. Of course, though, if I ever do get a girlfriend or wife before then, I don't think I'm going to be allowed to go to Vegas and go hang out with my buddy anymore. So I might need to stay single. You know, just curious. I don't need to go on it. It's bad. It's bad. But most of your larger cities have the same thing, though. You know. But you know, that's another thing that really grumpies me about churches. You know, especially like in the wintertime when you have people freezing to death outside of a church. Open your doors, assholes. You know, you preach humanity, but then you let humanity die. So yeah, it's another thing I'm very just stained on. Yes. Some people don't choose that lifestyle; they're forced into it because of certain environmental issues. You know, but that's okay. Why should we judge? I don't judge. I just have an opinion on it. I have my own personal opinion on the matters, and that's just, you know. See, that's what has always humored me, though, because, you know, a lot of people agree with my opinions, and I agree with a lot of people's opinions, but, you know, but then the statute of people are like, I can't like you because I agree with you. It's like my friend from the other channel she's on. She's a lovely woman. I love the hell of her. I won't tell you her name, but I love her to death. She comes here every once in a while, you know. Her and I are not politically, we are so complete opposite. She came on the show one day, right? And she started to agree with me, and that scared her. So she, you know, because apparently I'm her enemy, right? Just all out enemy. You can't agree with your enemy because, you know, that would completely destroy everything that you believe in. If that everything that people have told you about us is wrong, you know. That's just how that works. Mm-hmm. I know I need to go to town here after a little bit. I think we're going to cut off and here after a bit because I got to go. I got to go to town. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, can you hook that door open, please, and thank you. That's some airflow in here. It's getting very stifling hot. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go for probably another 37 minutes, and then I gotta go to town. I gotta do some stuff, but I'll be back on later though. Mm-hmm. But I should go see if that cute girl's working at the grocery store. I like her. She's cute, and she flirts. That's kind of a win-win, right? She flirts back, and she's cute. You should flirt back. So that's my opinion on the matter. It's when they give you that. It ain't for shit for getting a buzz, Eric. I mean, you can't get a buzz off it. It tastes good. I mean, it has a nice little mellow apple after flavor to it, but I would probably literally have to drink like 50 of these to actually get a buzz. I mean, but they're a good conversation beer, I could say. But yeah, no, you'd have to drink a shit ton of these to actually get anything out of it. It's kind of like that Keystone lemonade. I don't know if you've ever drinking that Keystone summer lemonade. It was a good conversation beverage, but you're not gonna get drunk off it. And if you, it's kind of like that. Not Dos Equis, Corona. Same thing with Corona to me. It's a good conversation beer, but you know what? If I have to drink 50 of them to get a slight buzz, it's so I won't buy it again. I mean, taste wise, it's a great conversation beer, but no, it's not. It's not for the yeah. So I mean, amazingly though, it's a It's not a 3-2 beer. I think it's a 4. I think it's a 5. It might be a 3. It probably is a 3-2 beer. It's probably. Is the Canadian beer actually any different than the U.S. beer? What? Well, it depends on what's your percentage of alcohol, because we have a lot of 3-2 beer here, so probably just a percentage. I know German beer's up there a little bit more. Same with Danish beer and Dutch beer. So, but I can't tell you because they used to put it on the frickin' cans of what the alcohol percentage was. Oh, it's a 4.1. Yeah, this is a 4.1. So yeah, this is 4.1 volume fluid alcohol volume. So, but I think we have a little bit more what we because they use clears and things in our alcohol. I don't know what they so there might be a little bit different things in the manufacturing of it, but that's probably about it. Yeah, it's a weekly it's a bitch beer. that's all I can say. Did we lose Chris? Oh man, I hate when we lose Chris. He always says goodbye. Now my heart is broken. You broke my heart, Chris. I'm devastated. That's okay. I have my tissue today. We did lose all the girls though. That's weird. No. Oh. So what are your plans for the rest of the day, Eric? Look at the old bum. Unreal. Dude, you don't have to flirt with me. You can just say hi. You know. I know we all know you think I'm a sexy man. That's fine. You want to taste a bit of grumpy. You want to lick the grumpy neck. You just want to, you daddy, how about you? You really got to work on your flirting skills, though. I mean, I don't know. Right? You know you think I'm sexy. That's why you come here, because I turn you on. You get all grumpy feet, fightable. You're like fee, fi, fo, fum. I want to taste a little bit of grumpy tum. So, just highlight. Oh, I'm going to hell for that one. just you know. I don't always try to get mad at my trolls. Sometimes I like to play with them. Any ports in the storm? Are you a hairy beast? Because if so, you're gonna have to get waxed. Because I'm not into hairy beast. So. But yes, I mean, I have been known to find a port in the storm. Eric. Hi, I'm from the UK. Hi, Stephen. Welcome, sir. Welcome. We have many of you UK and people from the UK here. We like our brethren from across the pond. One way or another, we are cousins. In a sense. Can you put Viva La America in there for me too, Eric? Because I can't post in the chat right now. Which really makes me mad that I can't post comments and shit in the chat. Put me an American flag, please. Thank you. Viva America, my friends from across the big pond. Could you think of metric freaking measurement when they came to just thought the ocean was... It's a great stream you do. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate you greatly. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we like people from around the world here. We appreciate you guys. You are what help us keeps growing. And the further we grow, the closer we get to Grumpy Boys Travels. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, because I have plans, I have ideas, and they might hurt my brains, but you know. if you ain't got dreams, what the hell life worth? What the hell's life worth living, right? I mean, I know most streamers, their whole goal is to like buy homes and shit like that. But fuck, my dream is to my dream is to go expand, right? Go travel the world and let everybody know who the hell we are. Keep on dreaming, even if it breaks your heart. I didn't plan on getting married again, Penelope, but you know, no, it's just, you know. But no, never give up on a dream, because you know, if one dream fails, don't worry, another dream will come true. That's just how life works, you know. So never give up on your dreams. Sometimes they might not come to fruition when you plan on it, when the time, you know, but they do eventually come, you know. The universe is a cheeky kind of gal, and she likes to play games with you. she will keep you going. Hey man, keep your eye on the tiger. Hell no, tigers bite, dude. Well, I mean, generally, I keep your eye on the tiger because they got sharp claws and teeth, and I got a nice rump roast. They might think about my rump roast. No, hold on, I'll be right back. Oh. Oh. Grumpy Diners. Right? Grump's Diner. I think they already have those angry restaurants, though, where they curse at you and they treat you like bad company. I can't remember the name of them, though. It'd be fun to go there, though. I like to be abused by women. I must, because I always keep talking about my first ex-wife. Yeah, I've heard about those restaurants. Apparently, they're a lot of fun, you know. People go there just to be razzle-dazzled, you know. No. Razzly-dazzled. I think there's one in Vancouver. Really? We should go. We should. But can a Canadian person really be? Can a Canadian person really be mean though? I mean, you guys are supposed to be jolly people. Now I'm kind of interested in going and see. I want to see. No, I mean I didn't mean that offensively. I think we can be. Well, no, I mean no, but because you know they always say that you know Canadians like the sweet, loving people you know in the world. They're like the nicest people in the world, you know. So I didn't mean it like negatively. I'm just talking, man. Don't get mad at me. You know. One day that young man is gonna biff it in the gravel. He's gonna biff it good. Yeah, I understood what you're saying, being grumpy. That's all right, perfect. Because apparently I've pissed off a few people today, and I don't want to piss you off. You know, I just do get talking, and someone driving dirt bike. Yeah, the Hispanic, the neighbor kid up the road. So they built a house up here on top of the hill, and now they're building another house and shop across the other road. So he goes back and forth. So. I don't know if it's a cousin. It's a relative of theirs. They bought a big parcel across the road, so. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I wonder why. I'm kind of curious why. I'm not gonna text her though, because I'm not gonna interrupt her day. I figure if she wanted to let us know, she would let us know. So I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be curious, because sometimes curiosity gets you in trouble. Sometimes you gotta let people just have their days, right? So I am curious though. Yeah, that was like that soccer movie, that British soccer movie where Teddy's sitting there and they're sitting there in the bar and they're playing darts and he goes on that whole and he's like, people have been doubting me my whole life, and they were never curious, and he throws the dart and he hits the target, and he goes on this whole conversation. He says, if they were curious about Ted, they would ask, "Hey Ted, have you played a lot of darts?" And then he would have said, "Yeah, every weekend with my father before he passed away." Thunk, then he goes on and he thunks again. So, I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna post that in the Discord. It's very it kind of it makes you think. Kind of one of those, you know. If people were actually curious, that instead of judging you, they'd really want to know who you are, and they'd get to know you, and they'd be curious. So it's just kind of one of those things. You know. Welcome back, darling. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, but no, I think that's human nature. I mean, you'd really. Epic came to my house. Really? Tell us more. We're extremely curious. You must tell. Tell us in details. Tell us in details. What does he look like? Is he a sweet man? What does he like? Damn it! You got my hopes up. And he can't come by your house because he's in France, and you're in England. You fibber pants. she got us good. Damn it! We applaud you, darling. We applaud you. You got us good. That was pretty good though. I like that. She is the killer. Whew. She did. Now I was like, tell us about the man. We really want to know about the epic. Oh man. What does your hat say? My hat says RDO. Do you know what RDO stands for? No, well, it's just a John Deere hat. John Deere went to RDO here a few years back. They were purchased that. So, just RDO equipment. It's just John Deere basically. Because I know what it stands for, but I can't remember exactly what the RDO. It's just John Deere. So, because I was wearing this hat for a while. And apparently it was offending people, so. And it's off my ex-friend's show, and I don't want to sponsor her ass, so I decided to get me another hat. Wait, Grump. Turn the monkey on. You're so demanding. Hold on. Oh, butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. It's in a book. Take a look. The reading rainbow. Where the fuck is Sammy? Sammy! What the shits? The tits. I've lost Sammy. Oh, there he is. Sammy! I found you, magical beast, you. That would have sucked. I lost Sammy. Why was it offending people? Because liberals are very violent, and I want to ban them. And they found that very offensively. Monkey bitches! So, that's why. Because the whole world knows the truth, but them. It's really weird. I mean, liberals are. This is the one that really confused me. So, liberals are like the smallest population on planet Earth, right? They're like out of 8.2 billion people, they're literally the smallest political ideology in the world. But for some reason, we give them so much ganter, and so much leadway. Why? Something. Holy shit! I got a whole an ocean wavy thing going on there. But you know what I mean, though. I mean, politically and just in general, liberals are like the smallest mindset in the world. We give them way too much gout, talk, humor. What's the word? But yeah, we should really put a boot in that and just stop it. We do. I mean, look what they've done to society. But they're like the tiniest freaking world population of stupid. We give them way too much talking room. I don't understand why. Because I mean, literally, like 96% of the world is extremely conservative, and for some reason, we're allowing the liberal mindset to destroy the world. What the hell is wrong with us? We really need to say no. Just big flat out, just pow! Give him a Sammy smack. A Sammy smack. Just give him a Sammy sandwich. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a question for the books. Why? Be nice if someone could answer that question for me. Exactly, a Sammy sandwich, just pow! Right now. A Sammy sandwich with the knuckles, just pow! We'll give him the old mafia. the old, hey, how you doing? Is that your wife? No, it's your mom. And David, since me and your mom has a few roundabouts, I think you should stop calling me daddy, because you might be one of mine. There's been so many of you. You might be one of my fuck trophies. I am a whore, so you might look like me. That's okay. Are you one of my fuck trophies? Oh, David. Did I knock boots with your mummies? I'm asking. I mean, do I need to pay you? Do I need to pay you some reparations for my sperm and your mommy? My little fella. You need to come be caressed by your daddy on his bosoms. And he'll tell you, you're a good little lad. Just a proper little boy. No? All right. Well, fuck you then. I don't know what they want from me, Eric. I don't. I mean, they come in here like, me, in their moment of fame and fortune or something. I don't know. Someday, some way, somehow. Well, probably not today, though. Because I got any fart requests yet? Not today. I think we had 2 yesterday. No, actually, I take that back. I take that back before you showed up. I did have a fart request. I did. I take that back. We'll get one at least once a day. We get fart request. Am I trans? Am I gay? And what would I do for a coin dart? Well, I haven't got that one yet, but what would I do for $1 million? Or no, I got somebody asked me what would I be gay for a day for $1 million, and I mean I drive a Ford. I would, because Ford is part of the LGBT community now. So, well, so is Chevy and Dodge, and I do drive a Dodge. Apparently, I'm already gay. So where's my money? Because I'm a happy son of a bitch. But I'm not a professional pole dancer, though. I don't know how to. Oh fuck! I still can't call it what the hell it's called. When you shake your butt up and down, you can twerk. I'm not a professional twerker on the pole. You know. Fuck, that only took me 2 hours to figure out to fucking come up with that one. When I was talking to D, I started that conversation with D 2 hours ago about twerking, and fucking just that's horrible. Don't get old, people. Don't get old. Your brain goes bananas. Oh, it goes into other directions of poop and diarrhea of the brain. I don't think it's going to make it. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Go, RV, go. So, you know what's funny to me? So, in my extensive travels around the United States and Mexico and Canada, RVers have always pissed me off because they go so fucking slow, right? It's always. It's like, get up the fucking hill, right? And then I went and bought an RV, right? And I was like, oh, well, this makes sense. Has anyone seen Gavin? Who the fuck's Gavin? Nigel? We don't know Gavin. Do we know Gavin? Eric, do we know Gavin? Which Gavin do you speak of? There's so many Gavins. Which one? Newscum? Gavin is an English bloke that is big black carny Londoner. Apparently, no, we have not seen him. But if he comes in, we will tell him that Nigel is looking for him. Best we can do. But for that, you must like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, no. We have not had a Gavin yet. Oh, I just sat on my nut. I don't know anyone to. Oh, Gavin, I'm so worried. Why are you worried about Gavin? Is Gavin a good guy? Should we put an APB out for Gavin? We have a lot of English people in here. We can look for. We could probably find him. And we got Camellia, we have Chris, we have Jazzy, we have Epic, but he's kind of on an adventure. We have you. I think we have like 30 or 50 English people in the area that could probably find the Gavin. What does he look like? Describe him to us. We will put a call out for the Gavin. Is he your lover? No, I got in an argument. He left, and I can't find him anywhere. He's my best friend. He's my best mate. Well, he's probably going and taking a piss. Is it not what you lads do? You go when you get all grumpy. You go and take a piss. Go look for him in your local pub. I'm sure he went to the salty cunt. He's drowning his tears. Nigel, does Gavin look like Sammy? Hello. Who the fuck are you? What are you drinking? I am drinking an apple cider. Oh, you're from. Holy fuck. Where's that? Are you one of our Indonesian friends? One of our Hindu brothers? Except my Hindu brothers. This is why I have Eric, because Eric is my welcoming crew. Because Jesus Christ. Coritia. Fuck, I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna work on that with my dyslexia. Hold on! We're gonna write that down because my brain says fuck it. Which country is that in? It's in Europe, Italy. Ew, very fabulous, very fabulous. One of those fellas. Are you a good cook? Adriana. Are you? I hate when people's pictures are so tiny. You can't tell. I'm in search of St. Denis all the way to Rhodes and Valentine. I'm sure you'll find him. I mean, it's a small island. You can't lose him too hard. I mean, literally, it's a small island. You know, eventually you'll find him. There's only so many places you can hide on an island. But if we, hey, but Nigel, my brethren from across the pond, if we do see Gavin, we will let him know. I'm not very good at cooking, but probably better than most Americans. Do you want to have a cook-off? You want to find out? I am very good. How do you think I got so fucking fat? Because I can't cook? Pronounced Croatia. Oh, thank you, Light. Thank you, Light. I would have figured out eventually when my dyslexia freaking. Hey, I don't lie about my dyslexia. I know I can't pronunciate a lot of shit in words, and I mean, eventually it comes to me. It's fine, but it's not such a good standard of living. It's not the most worst, but still, it could be off. That's because you have that freaking Maloney bitch. You should get rid of her. She's a tragedy to your country. Disgusting. Beautiful woman though. Beautiful. I mean, I'd knock boots with her, but you know, I definitely would not kick her out of my bed. Very beautiful woman. I mean, I wouldn't kick Jasmine Crockett out of my bed either. I mean, I might put duct tape on her fucking mouth because she just can't shut the fuck up. But you know, another gorgeous, beautiful woman. Maloney, the president of Italy. She is in Italy, my country. Yeah, I know. She's your leader. She is pretty. I wouldn't kick her out of my bed. She got some nice knockers. But she's really pissed off America, though. That's going to screw her over in the long run. But, you know, that's fine. Well, whatever. Potato. What if she eating crackers in bed was the worst kicking out of bed? No, because I can always flicker the sheets, Eric. You know, because you know they say when you get married they cracker your bed. No, well, you know, okay, that could be true, but it doesn't change the fact that she's a hot woman. I was trying to help. No, don't quit. I'm flipping you shit. Don't. It's not similar. We are Slavic like Russian. Oh. I mean, I do like Slavic food. I have some Slavic friends. So, but are you like the good Slavic or are you like the Muslim Slavic? That's the question of the day. Are you the good Slavic? Or are you the bad Slavic? What kind of Slavic are you? It's an honest question. It's really funny that, you know, because from my scar to my actual wrinkle, it looks like, you know, the scar, it just like, my scar makes me look younger on this side. And then just what the fuck. It's not simple. We're Slavic like Russian. That doesn't answer my question. Sweden. We love Sweden. We do. We have very nice people from Sweden. There's not a lot of Slavic Muslims. There's Brazilian and other part of it where Mediterranean food similar. No, all right. Well, that works. Apparently, we're gonna have to get a map of the world. We can find these people. Karina, you really need a picture, darling. You just like brown K. You need a picture. Because we like to see people's lovely faces. Show your lovely face. Show us what you're working with, darling. Show us what you got. What is your ethnicity? I am an American mutt. My parents or my family have been inquisitive whores, and they have interbred for generations of generations, and that's who we are. I have zero Slavic blood, though. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been with a few Slavic ladies, but I mean, I have no Slavic blood. Not my environment. I'm just saying, I wasn't trying to be rude. I was, but... What part did you not understand? Maybe I can enlighten you. You asked me what my ethnicity is. It's American mutt. What part did you misconstrued on that? Yeah, American mutt. That's my ethnicity. Mutt. M-U-T-T. I don't understand where his confusion comes from. Well, mutt's basically when you take a whole bunch of people and you together, and that's how you get the mutt. Because I have German, I have English, I have Irish, I have Indian, I have many cultures inside of me. I'm a mutt. That's what makes me a proud American. That's what makes us the rulers of the world. That's what makes us so great, because we are everybody and everything. That's what makes us gods. Because we took everything good and made it better. America. Hey, don't. Just, oh, fuck. That's not cool, though. That's not so cool. Maybe you should become an American. You'll find out how cool it really is. We have everything. We have shit that you couldn't even dream of having. We have here. Shit, we throw away more shit than most countries could even dream about. I mean, they ration. Fuck, we throw that shit away. We're like, we're bored. Everything you have in your country, we probably have 1,000,000 times fold more. That's why Americans are so spoiled, rotten little twats, because we have everything. There's nothing we don't have, or that we can't have, or we can't just go to the grocery store and get. If you have a can of beans, we have 25,000 different types of beans for your one can. Well, I figured since it's a Mediterranean country, I figured they're, the basics of basic Mediterranean, food-wise, fish, chips, and not chips, but mainly pastas. And tell me about your culture, my friend. Tell me about your culture. I would really like to know. Tell me. I am in heavily. You're right, Eric. I apologize. I was being rude. I apologize, there, sir, or madam. Tell me about your Western. Tell me about your culture. I'd like to know. Sorry, my Americanism kicked in. I can't help it. We're very prideful people. And you're right. I was probably being rude. I apologize. We don't like indifference here. I think I met you once. You're that rich Sultan guy that still owes me money from the diamond mines. Where's my money? Well, we used to be a communist Yugoslavian war in the 90s and independence, and since then we're Western culture. Huh. I don't think you did anything wrong. Okay, well, but I'd like to know about my Sultan here. the young gentleman there with the millions of dollars that can help us and the grumpy boys and expand our. Ooh, hey, Apple! I am drinking you, my friend. You are very tasty. I wish I was. Well, shit. I was trying. I thought you were one of those rich sultan, rich tycoon billionaires. We're looking for investors for the Grumpy Boys. Are you related to hey Apple Tree? Are you related to Johnny Appleseed? Because Johnny Appleseed had a lot of apple trees. And are you in my state? Do you like the real football? Like the one you beat with your foot or the one you catch with your hands? Which real football are we talking about? Ugh. Well, you know, it's a game. I don't really. I mean, not to be rude to anybody, but my whole life is not about revolved around watching a bunch of sweaty men run around an arena or on a field and touch things. It's just not my thing. I like watching the girls do it, but not so much the guys. No, I am not. What state are you in? No, I asked you first. What state are you in? How do you know you're not in my state? I was bringing on had children at Con campus. Is that true? No, Apple Tree. What state are you in? We could be neighbors. You never know. Don't you want to be Grumpy's neighbor? Hockey is cool. I like hockey. I actually have I do watch soccer, so I can't really say it. But I mean, I don't spend a lot of time watching sports. I have other things to do that take up majority of my time. But I mean, every once in a while, I will watch a sporting event. But I don't let it consume my whole life. Some people are really big into You mean World War II, Apple? You were from which country? The big one. First off, who are you talking to? For who? Oh, yes. There's so many people in the. I'm reading from German. Apparently, there's worse things than Jews. What? What? What history book are you lying to? Actually, amazingly, did you know the Polish actually did worse things than the Germans during the war? The Germans really actually didn't do that many horrendous things. I mean, they pushed it, but they didn't really. You German literature, well, there's a lie for you. They've erased half their history. Oh, well, that's what we figured. Well, welcome. What are you laughing about? You're not one of those fancy liberal Germans, are you? That don't believe in the truth? Am I drinking a beer? No, I'm drinking an apple. Which switching drinks? No, I'm literally. I'm literally drinking apple juice. Apple. A light apple. I wouldn't lie to you, my friend. But for copyright reasons, I can't show you the name of the beverage that I am drinking, but it's just apple. I'm learning what I learned and studied the plan and one word or two. Well, I've learned about the losing side. They sure do erase a lot of things. Eric, it's the weekend. Everybody should be drinking. Can you drink in India? Because we've been told you can't drink by a few of our fellow. I'm just saying, they said you can't drink. But we don't know. That's why I'm asking. It's just an adult apple juice. Because we have been told many times that you are not allowed to indulge in the adult beverages. So if that is true, we might cross you off on the Grumpy's Hangout travels. Because boring. And it's consumed wrong, but alcohol is a big... Okay, well, shit. We're going to go there. We will put you back on the list. Back on the list. So, I'm an adult. Tenfold wash. Oh, shit. Well, we're going to call this live stream and come back later because I got to go do some shit. So, it was very great hanging out with all of you. Man, I appreciate it and love the shit out of all my friends from across the world and all this and that, but my phone's dying and, oh, you know, what the hell. So, like I always say, if you can't be happy, let's be grumpy together, and I'll see y'all later tonight. Bye, everybody.